Rip their thoughts asunder!
Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. It is D&D Day. We are going to be doing, well, hopefully, we're going to be doing some D&D. We currently don't have very many people, but I think everyone's still keen, so we will probably get going, and then we'll see where we go. If it ends up being shorter, but this is the situation that we have, because we have a couple busy people this week. As a heads up, by the way, because I can tell you like 2 weeks out now, we are just going to like pre-cancel the D&D stream that would be during TwitchCon Europe, mostly because 2 people aren't here for sure, so if anybody else can't be here, then that's an issue. So if I just say it's cancelled, the one that's during TwitchCon, which is the 30th of June, I think is what the day of. Let me check. Yeah, it would be the 30th. That one's just. We'll skip that one because it makes everything easier ahead of time. But apart from that, we should be fine. All the usual buttons. Who at D&D to see what we got going on. All the notifications, etc., will be muted, but any of the very kind things that people do, I will acknowledge at the end, but I will go and say hi to everybody. Definitely not to stall and buy time for a person to show up who's supposed to be here who didn't tell me they weren't going to be here. Chatting. But hello Poke, hello Nemit, hello Jub, hello Gwen. Thank you for the bitties, Gwen. Hello Devil. I think that's the one who said hi. Other announcements as I stall. Feel like there's another thing. Oh, with the D&D. So, for those who are unaware, because I guess I don't actually announce it a lot, there is a channel on Discord that has all of my notes and the maps in it. If you ever want to check something, I have put the document that is relevant to today. So basically, because a bunch of the characters are from Haliashna, I've made a summary document of important people, places, things like that, and a basic description of the districts. Like, so it's very, very basic, but there is a summary document in the Discord in Kithmaris Law if you want to look up anything about it. The party all got it too, so they can look up anything they want. But if you're curious, I have a lot of world building documents and maps and stuff that I do post. I mean, obviously, like, if people wanted to know something specifically, they could just ask. But yeah, you get the idea. So apart from that, I suppose we should. Oh, so sorry. Think about getting over to the right channel. Also, this music is very lively, which I'm not opposed to, but I think I might change which music we are doing to a more chill. Here's some more chill. Let's have more chill. I think this is more chill. I mean, I can't even hear it right now, so. Oh no, it's more spooky and mysterious. No, we don't want spooky and mysterious. We want like chill, but not necessarily mystical. We just default to Lord of the Rings music like I normally do. That's normally what I end up doing. Let's have daytime forest. I'll do. Nope, it's way too forest. Do I really not have? I genuinely don't think that I have put on my playlist a just generic town music. That is hilarious and completely what I would think. No. You know what? You know what? We are gonna go to the right stuff. There you go. Well, at least make it so you have something fun to look at for a while. And I'll get everyone over, and I'll unmute everybody so everyone can talk whilst I play around with music. Again, stalling for time. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Get a po. Such a banger.
With my brain working at like 5% speed, it's just Garagarapo right now.
Oh, also, I almost wish I was in the Discord call when I did the thing before I went to bed yesterday.
That was
When
a Garagarapo.
I asked you with Garagarapo, and then I went to bed.
Yeah. I definitely didn't look in that chat, see the Garagarapo, and then start going Garagarapo again.
You definitely wouldn't have done that.
No, definitely that's not what just happened.
No.
Why I'm Garagarapoing right now.
Any Garagarapoas in the chat?
Any poas?
Any poas? Wow, everyone's roasting you, Gwen.
No, it's not 5% speed in like normal. It's 5% of normal speed.
Oh, so
Which
it's
is
1.1. 1.2.
Sure. Something like that.
something like that. The math checks out.
I don't math. I can't math today.
Also, I've just realized. Oh,
No, just maybe looking at gardens. Comment.
yeah, Garn's just roasting. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm roasting as well.
I haven't seen like any of Yokai Watch yet. Oh no! Well, I mean the VODs are still there, Jub. So you can watch the VODs whenever you want. Well, sorry, to a point, because I think they get deleted after 3 months. Not by me, by Twitch.
Garagarapo then.
Get a po. I just had a very important thought. Oh yeah, my very important thought, and then I'll go to a summary. You notice something really cool about the overlay for D&D?
It's not greased or whatever it was.
The
No,
yellow
it's a generic
lines
background.
over
Yeah,
things.
it's really cool how like I've integrated all of your pictures into the background by putting yellow lines over the boxes that you're sitting in.
Yeah,
because there's nothing in the background.
Bunch of cool yellow lines.
Yeah.
Garagarapo.
Get wrecked, chat. You know exactly why I'm doing that. It doesn't
Yeah.
cover anything in the game either.
Well, it does a little bit.
Garagarapo chat.
Not in a distracting way.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying any other one had it in a distracting way.
I am.
It's because it was
Right.
New Hog, and that made it maybe people notice it more, and then people don't like change.
People don't like change? Well.
That's true.
I hate change. I always get change at work.
Garagarapo.
Everyone's lost it.
Very good.
I also have just realized something very important that I need to have because I was doing so many other Word document things today. I didn't actually flip and open any of my notes. 1 second. I have like
It's pulling up my need off of them, so.
I mean, I will. I'll need my giant Haliashnar summary document. I just looked at the word canon again. Oh my freaking god. I was like, this is barely enough info. And still, it's ridiculous.
I want to go and wait. I saw things. Let's go talk to the voice from the Outer Dune.
What do you mean? Yeah. That is somebody you could go talk to. I don't know why you would go to their embassy, though.
I don't either. I just saw that the name was the voice from the Outer Dune, and I thought that was cool.
Well, you
Oh,
do know...
What?
Do you know what it means?
I have no clue.
Oh, it's the translation of Lisan al-Gaib.
Oh, is it?
Oh my god. Whoa.
Except for I think at least that guy was actually technically the voice from like the Outer Star or something like that. But I was like, no one's gonna get that. But if I call them voice from the Outer June,
I just thought it was cool because it was a different name.
yeah. Well, they're
no.
Alien / Tabaxi because it's the same species. So and they do their names like that.
Leonin. Leonin.
Well, they look like a cheetah or a leopard, but they are the same species as what you are, because all of the cat people are the same species.
I'm a bad cat person.
No, you're objectively worse.
Bet.
What?
I'll
No,
find this
'cause
then.
there's some cat people who can roar, and then there's the ones who can't roar.
But I've told him a dozen times I will give him Roar as his own special ability if he's a Tabaxi.
But that's
So you're saying
like,
this
there's big
this
cats and
voice
small
guy
cats.
can't roar.
I'm saying
Xander
this
is
guy
big
doesn't have
cat.
Roar now.
And Felicity is small cat.
Well, no, she's cat girl, so she's half cat.
She's half cat, half small cat.
She's Nico.
I don't know if she's ever decided what the other, like, how big the other half of the cat is.
Well, it's the same size of her, surely.
Well, if she can't roar, she's a
Small cat.
and if yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, the distinction is also a bit.
Oh no, the distinction is literally can they purr or roar.
Oh,
I'll have you
I
know
should have
Minnie
the
can
best
roar.
stuff.
Yes, but I won't get into it.
That is literally like in real life. That is the distinction.
Isn't the distinction actually between like the two kinds of cat, the shape of their jaw?
I mean,
I
like
have
it's like the
no
whole
idea.
thing of like
But there are some
whether
small
or
cats
not-
that are bigger than some big cats, so
Yeah.
Eh.
yeah,
I'm-
it's to do with the shape of the like how the well, one is the throat thing, which is why some can purr and the others can roar.
Yeah, but like I know that a bunch of big cats can purr. They just don't purr in the same way.
Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
sound.
It's a different noise, but
It's made differently as well.
like how tigers moo. But it's just a meow. Only bigger.
And the
Cats move,
deadliest-
we've all seen it.
the deadliest cat of all is the domesticated cat.
Yeah, many.
Well, not her specifically, but domesticated cats are.
How many times has she killed that fluffy mouse?
That is true. The fluffy mouse have been murdered a lot, but they know their crimes. So,
Mm,
okay, shall I do a summary? Or wait,
absolutely.
well, I can do a summary, or we can make a decision because I don't know if person is going to be arriving.
Well, they came back online, so
Oh yeah, that is
Oh.
true.
who the hell knows?
Maybe. Okay, well we'll do a summary and then we'll go as long as we
A
feel it is.
critical purr. Daw.
Critical purr. What?
Critical
Yeah.
purr.
Oh, critical purr.
Yeah.
It vibrates everything in a 5-meter radius.
It speeds up healing, but only a little bit.
Also, you wanted to roar, not purr. Why have you given yourself a new ability?
Because
Because you just said that big cats can also purr.
Yeah, they can, but Xander didn't ask to be able to purr.
Oh wait, can I give myself a meaningless skill?
Yes.
this is a meaningless.
Yes, it is.
So I said.
Yes, yes, you're agreeing loudly.
I'm agreeing loudly.
Charms all humanoids in a 20-foot radius. True. Okay, Right, yeah. I will do a summary whilst you're farting around with skills and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Please go ahead.
Last time, you journeyed through the wonderful mountain passes, because you went through more than one, leading towards Haliashna. You had some encounters during your travels, such as, I guess you guys know that dragons are real now, or it could have been a mirage, but that's up to you. But it was a very realistic mirage that interacted with you, but it could have still been a mirage if you really want to hold to it. You also met some dwarves from Crankaran, well, specifically Aldok, but Crankaran was the name of the empire.
Cran.
And then not just before you got to Haliashna, but not very long before you got there, like a day away, you encountered a very troubling otherworldly entity called the Witness, who attempted to attack Olin and the ship at large, but primarily they seemed more focused on Olin. And then you were able to free yourselves from this predicament until you arrived at Haliashna the following day. There is a tremendous blizzard chasing you, caused by the intervention of the girl against the Witness. And yes, all the otherworldly spirits' names are all titles. So, like, there is the Lord, the Lady, the Crone, the Girl, the Witness, the Yama, and a bunch of other ones. And that's how they work. They don't have other names. Oh, they do. Anyway, you get the point.
They do. What?
Well, they do have other names, but they're not pronounceable to you.
Are they pronounceable to me?
No.
God damn it.
They speak fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fairy isn't just Welsh. This isn't Lord of the Rings.
No. I have an extra language.
No, okay. You can, in universe, you could potentially pronounce them if you could learn what their, quote, true names were, but you wouldn't be able to as a person.
Oh, no, not
no.
me. Not
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
me.
yeah.
My character, me.
I have not written out the fairy language because I'm not going to. I'm not that bad.
Because I could speak Tegic.
Yes, Tegic is the version of Fae. But yeah, so you have arrived in Haliashna. You approach the city, this enormous metropolis, the biggest city that any of you have seen. As far as I know, there is only two other cities that are larger. So
of the three of us,
actually, yeah, no, you two, you've seen this. I mean, maybe there was one extra building and it's been knocked down since, so technically you saw the city when it had another building and it was bigger. But apart from that, no, this is the biggest city. It's the third largest city in all of Jelangea, so. You arrive at the Sail Isle, which is this island down here, surrounded by enormous waterfalls. You arrive at this enormous tower that has 3 great sort of air docks, so they're just like big stone walkways that come out into the air. And there's a bunch of other buildings in this complex. You can see that there is another 2 airships that are currently docked at this thing. And then all around the Sail Isle, you can see that there is a lot of very fancy looking buildings. There is a main row of buildings as well. That's where all the embassies are. And then surrounding you, you can see these great bridges that lead off to the city proper. You have a very good view of the Acropolis. So this enormous rock rising up several times with a huge, very posh-looking central structure. You can think of it like the Athenian Acropolis, or if you prefer to think of it as the Corinthian, or the Theban, or any of the other Acropolises of your choosing. Not the Spartan ones.
Acropolises are available.
Well, yeah, but not the Spartan one, because the Spartan one sucks.
Okay.
The Corinthian one and the Theban one, though, they're close to it for aesthetic purposes. You can also see to the north and east of you, you can see this great forested island over here with this vast temple with these very organic structures, like building structures going through the forest all over the place, because you can see their roofs. It's very domed, it's very rounded, it's very, very natural looking. And then the rest of the island is covered with a forest. And then you can see the probably second fanciest building in all of Haliashnar, which is the Bank of Haliashnar. It is a very grand, imposing structure, completely isolated from everything else, save for one tiny little dock. Very humble dock, considering the scale of the building. And you approach it from down here. And then you can see all of these waterfalls, this lake that sits here, and all the rivers flowing around. It's very rocky, it's very watery, it's very pretty. Oh, and you're also like a mile off the plateau down here. So you are on a cliff, if that's not obvious. And this is like a mile down here. And you can see all the farmland and stuff going off into the distance. Yeah. But that is where you are. That's where everyone is. In the
I will
grand...
point out that his view of the city was usually from the other side.
Ah, yes. You're used to looking up. You've got cricks in your neck for it.
Well, from very far away as well, so not so much looking up, just some looking over, and... Yep, that is tall.
Yeah. Actually, also from where you are as well, other prominent features you would be able to see. You can also see the where the promontory comes out into the plain, and like at its lowest point, you can see this like vast staircase cut into it. So yes, the only way you actually get to the city normally is by climbing up a flight of 10,000 steps. People don't tend to leave the city that much if they don't have
I wonder
to.
why.
we when we did have to come to the city, we called it leg day.
Yeah. Everyone in Haliashnar who does want to leave the city has very powerful legs.
I bet. I suppose there's probably like inns and restaurants on the way.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oof. Nothing.
Nope. I mean, there might be like some flat bits you can park your ass on a rock or something, but
That surely sounds like a great place to put something.
well, you know the best thing as well
Mm.
is like they have to get most of the supplies into this city. So if anyone ever is curious about how supply works in this city, they can go and look into how it is you would get 1 million people's worth of food and etc. into a city with a flight of 10,000 steps. One very, very tired person in a cart.
Mm.
And a very sore butt, probably, actually. Ow, 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 every single step. Why didn't we invent suspension for this? Ow, 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 ow. A very bruised coccyx.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess the other things, I'm just trying to remember all the things that you would be able to see from your current vantage point. It is also evening to nighttime, so the sun is setting, is like below the horizon, so it's very gloomy, but you can see there is a lot of, certainly comparative to Adrisia and things like that, there is a lot more air traffic around here. There are quite a lot of sort of what looks like giant eagles, or maybe yeah, I won't say the giant eagle. The giant birds. Some of them are rocks, some of them are eagles. They're all different kinds of birds, and you can see there's quite a lot of towers around the place that have various ones around. You can see that some of these like are clearly more military patrols. So there's like eagle knights and stuff like that. And you can even see probably maybe one of the posher places over here on their way out is like a carriage that's pulled by eagles or a hippogriff or something like some sort of large winged creature. But there is a carriage pulled by it, and it is flying into the air and going somewhere. Because that's a thing that exists for the very wealthy in Hal-Ashnar, of which there are a lot of people who are very wealthy. Oh, and
I
the
see.
architecture is very, very Greco-Roman, if that also wasn't very obvious. Lots of
It
tiles.
wasn't, but thank you.
Okay, lots
And
of tiles.
thank you, not but.
Lots of tiles, lots of columns, that sort of thing. So most people's houses, most people's houses tend to be sort of apartment block sort of style things, but rich people have more villa-y style houses. So they'll probably have sort of two open square parts to the house. The first part having like the business end. So if they have a shop or something, it'll be in front of that, and then all their accommodation will be by in the back kind of thing, where there'll be a garden and stuff like that. So.
Oh, so like Winnie's parents then.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Like
Yeah.
if we go to Winnie's house, then yeah, no, it's absolutely a proper villa.
Wow.
It's proper posh.
Proper posh.
I mean, like, her parents aren't in the top 1% of rich people in Hal-Ashnar, but they're certainly in the top 5%.
Let's go get some money.
Wow.
Let's go send Winnie off to get some money. Don't know what we need the money for, but we can always use more.
Yeah, and they live in I haven't picked a specific building that is theirs, but they live in this district over here, which is the Merchants District. All of the districts are labeled for your viewing pleasure, and on the document I did try to color code the different districts so that you can see what they are. So like one will say yellow, one will say peach, and things
Yeah,
like that.
I will likely be asking.
Yeah, no. That's
Yeah.
I also did technically try to color match it, but I realized that that's actually probably less helpful if somebody has color blindness, because it might make some of them invisible, particularly like.
No, not so much invisible, just kind of samey.
Yeah.
Like, I can
okay.
already see 3 that look nearly identical to me.
Well,
But
the words
that's
the
fine.
words are right.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your points of interest there, so that's more than enough.
Like I could definitely see where somebody would get confused between some of them, but
Oh, those two?
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, like maybe not the best idea of having two similar colors like that.
Well, you see, that's because so there is a sort of a tiny bit of logic to it of they're supposed to be,
Okay.
because they are very similar. Like as in the similar
Yes,
places.
they are.
Can you tell the difference between them?
Which ones in specific?
These where are you?
I'll ping these
Yeah,
two
there.
here.
Yeah. Left has a bit more green to it, and
Okay.
right has a bit more blue to it. It's a little hard to tell where they meet, but if you look apart from them, it's a lot easier for me.
I think it is the line.
Yeah, there's a cliff there. So these are all
Yeah.
elevation lines. So like this is
Okay.
there's lots of steps. There's lots of wibbly wobbly hills, wiggly roads. It's a very rocky place. That like the entire city is built upon. So like where you see these like hard lines drawn across, that's an indication of a topographical line. And I did draw little steps, but there is more steps than the steps I drew. So
Steps and steps and steps.
And the buildings are representative. They are not like absolute. This is what this structure is. Because I'm not drawing 100 little villas in the Merchants District. I'm sorry. Even the insanity that I do when I'm making maps, even I am not prepared to draw 100 little villas.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah, and you can see that like when you look to different districts in the city, like you can see a marked distinction of wealth. Like there are very much posher places than other places here. It's not necessarily a city of haves and have-nots, but it is a city that is visually separated by its wealth.
You can definitely see how bigger, how much bigger the buildings get in some of the
Yeah.
like the Azure Ward.
Yes.
Some big buildings.
Oh yeah. Well, those. Yeah. So in terms of wealth, because this is actually fine, because like I mean, we're still hoping M is now online, so maybe. But I'll just explain this all to you because this is just good info for you to have, right? Outside of RP.
Oh yeah.
You're probably going to spend a lot of time in this city. I hope. I've drawn a map for it, so you better. No, that's fine. No. Basically the way you can think of it. So this area down here, like the first area to come into this city, this is low to middling income. Okay, so like there are like this district over here, the lower ward, that generally poorer. The one that is dominated by the military complex, so that's where Xander lived. That one's a little bit wealthier on average, and then you have where the university or where the academy is. That's sort of wealthier still. So that's the top end of it. In the purple area, the higher you live in that bit, the richer you are. This district down here, the Narrowland ward, is much more like middle class. They might have pretensions of being wealthy. If anyone, I'm going to make a reference right now. They are the hyacinth bouquets of Halyashna, which doesn't help very many people, but they are people who are. They think that they are wealthier than they necessarily are. They behave like they are up with the Acropolis people, but they are kind of not. They even renamed their ward because their ward used to be called Traitor's Walk. And that they didn't like very much, so they renamed it a few centuries ago.
It doesn't sound terribly welcoming.
Well, the Narrowland Ward that used to be Traitor's Walk.
Yeah, that used to be Traitor's Walk. The Bridge of the Lost. So yeah, so basically, for context, this here fantasy universe and this here city, it does not have the death penalty. Are you going to encounter it? Don't commit murder and you won't find out. That's all I'll say on that subject. But they used to use this area of land to basically do public executions, etc., etc. Now they don't. They use the Bridge of the Lost. And you can guess which priesthood is involved in public executions in this city. I'll give you a clue. They really like blood.
It's Jade's favourite. The ones I made sort of friends with, and then by mistake.
Yeah. You have the Merchants Ward, which is like obviously it's also of all of the city, it's the newest part because the Merchants Ward very frequently sections of it get renoed. They just like demolish the city, rebuild it because they want it to look nicer. So it has the most unnatural landscape of the rest of the city because they just knock things away that they don't want, and they build nice straight roads, so it's all nice and even. It's like radiating out from the central guild hall. It's that sort of place. I mean, I made this fancy city, but it's my least favorite part of the city. It's like it's the very North American city is the vibe. It's like very rigid squares and stuff, and it's like, no, give me my wiggly hills. I want my wiggly hills. Then you have these districts over here. The Azure districts, they are basically the everyone's here place. The buildings tend to be apartments. There doesn't tend to be very many individual houses. That's why they're bigger. So this is where probably honestly, getting close to the bulk of the population lives. But this is everybody lives here. Like people who are not the wealthy merchants who work in the merchants district, they will live here. But some tradespeople will live here, etc., etc. It's the housing estate for the city.
Okay.
And it is divided technically into two wards, but everybody mostly treats it as these things because it is 3 separate islands, but people kind of treat it as a single whole because it's not that distinct. There's minor distinctions, but it's not a big deal for anyone. Then you have the Necropolis ward.
Towards what? Okay.
Yeah. The Necropolis ward is obviously the place where there is the catacombs where everybody's buried or cremated. There is quite a lot of function around dealing and preparing the dead. There is also a lot of monks to do with the Temple of Yillim, because one of the beliefs that worshippers of Yillim have is that they believe in never forgetting people. So everybody who has ever died in this city, the prayers that they do, they speak everybody's name in turn. And if they get to the end of everybody who's died, they start again. So when you go to those places, you will just see lots of people around the place just saying people's names. That's the background noise. So the Necropolis ward has like a lot of stuff associated with that whole practice, but there is also quite a lot of other housing there, and it tends to be the place where if you can't afford anywhere else to live, you'll go and live there. So it tends to be quite, I guess it's more serious. It's not that people don't have joy there, but the main focus is the temple to deal with dead people, and they take it very seriously, and sort of it reflects on the wider community. It's fine. If you had a pick of somewhere to live in the city, I mean, you're going to have background noise of monks, and you're also going to be right across the way from the rich people. So I wouldn't choose it as my first destination to live. Then going further along, you have the Isle of Crafts. This is the industrial section of the city. Nobody lives there by law. People will work there through the night, but nobody lives there is the point. Because basically this is where like tanneries, smelters, all the nasty crap that you don't want to have to breathe in, it's here, and separated from everybody else. Is it perfect? No. If you live on this side, are you still going to smell stuff? Probably, but you're not going to be in the danger zone kind of idea. And then the last ward is the Jongleur ward, which is, there is an enormous amphitheater and all the buildings associated with it. So people will have little circuses, like animals for a circus. They'll have, there is lots of housing around here too, like for entertainers that are associated with all the things. The amphitheater has pretty much daily stuff going on, and it forms the center of major city festivals. So like the celebration of the city's history, which happens once a year, and it takes an entire week, which is 10 days in this world. That all takes place inside the amphitheater, and the amphitheater is enormous. It can house like a fifth of the city. And for context, I think that the biggest stadium in the world today can seat 150,000 people. Think that scale for how big this amphitheater is. It's a very, very big amphitheater. So, and it's also like relatively much more recently constructed. And also, if you care, is the amphitheater of St. Haltha, which is a name that you've encountered before. If you care. Going down from that, we have the most rural areas of the city. You have Ravenshill, which I know for a fact that Gwen wants to go to. Nobody in the city wants to go there, but Gwen does.
Can't believe he's just calling me out like that.
A mysterious otherworldly hill? Why would I want to go there? Yeah.
Apparently people don't want to go because people go missing.
Yes. It is, yeah. And there is a mysterious person who guards the hill to warn people off, who is called the Raven. And yes, they dress up with like bird feathers all over them, and they look insane because of course they do.
Is it like the guy from the kids TV thing?
What? The Raven, the TV show? No, I don't think it's quite like that.
What? He dresses up and is covered in feathers and stuff.
Yeah, this one's cool though.
I mean, he's pretty cool.
Well, it's something. And also, at the bottom of that hill is the Temple of Calcrox, who is... So, there's two nature gods in Halias religion. You have Calcrox... no, that's what it's called in Alan. You have Calyrax, which is what it's called in Halias religion. I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes. I mean, I know why I do. It's because there has to be a logical reason why things happen, and there is. But also, it just makes more work for me. But anyway, this is a temple to Calyrax, who is the god of natural disasters and nature in its... Humans don't get to control it, or like, mortal people don't get to control this. This is proper nature. This is angry nature, scary nature. And then you also have Certhus, who is... Nature's not your enemy, but you have to take care of it. So it's farming and fishing and all those sorts of things to Certhus, who has their temple a little bit away from that. And then you have all this farmland in here. This is the most rural ward. It's Ravensfield. Ravensfield as a part of the city includes Ravens Hill. And basically the farmland area is the places where they feel it is safe enough to farm without causing danger to themselves. But they're still like, considering they're in this massive city, it's like very, very rural and kind of weird. And people are very superstitious there about the hill and stuff like that.
I posted a thing in D&D text.
Yeah.
That's the Raven.
He's not cool.
Look, that's what you said. He's got feathers and stuff. I was like, it's just the guy from the kids' TV show. It's fine.
Yeah,
Look,
I see what you're both getting at, but well, yes, that certainly is a guy
when you're a
dressed
kid,
up in feathers.
that's really cool.
That's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't care about his face. It's what he's wearing. I'm talking about.
Yes, Nemeth?
no, that's all I got to say. I said what I
Oh, you said
was going to.
you
say.
said what you said, and you stand by it.
He's a nerd.
Okay, and then the last part that's like the major division of the city, I can go over like specific buildings, is the Castle of Silent Tears, which is a nice edgy name. This is effectively a microstate within the city. This is a keep that was given to the Knights of the Vale about 1,000 years ago. It operates pretty much as its own country inside of this. It's not bound by any of Haliashnar's laws in any sense whatsoever. It has total freedom, but it is effectively a exclave of the Valestadt, which is the official country of the Knights of the Vale. So if you want to go and chat with a knightly order who is there to stop the world ending, or that's their stated purpose, you can, because they're there. And they're probably very serious pants. And will judge you.
Oh, then that's the last place we should go.
Yeah, they're also probably at this point recruiting, so if you do need work, because they've got a holy war to go to, So they do need more manpower at the moment. So you see, yeah. Don't forget, chat, that the party did start a holy war.
Jimmy the party, I did.
Portions
Yeah,
of
okay.
the party. Portions of the party.
There will be a small holy war.
Look,
Before the intermission.
it was an accident.
I mean, not very
But I
many people
admit
could say
it.
they accidentally started a holy war. What is the bread for? Oh, I don't know if you. This is the Bank of Haliash now, Shark Dog. So that's where the money's kept.
Debit and credit.
Debit and credit. It's also this is the actual oldest. Yeah, I mean, apart from the natural Ravenshill, this is the oldest extant part of the city. 1,000 years ago, give or take a while, the city was razed to the ground. The only part of it that was not burnt was the Bank of Haliash now. So these buildings are over 1,000 years old. There is technically some other buildings that claim to be as old, but they were probably very badly damaged in the razing of the city and also rebuilt. But you know how people be with claiming things that are older than they actually are. But I am telling you that the Bank of Haliashna is the oldest thing in the city. What other people in character in the city tell you is none of my business. Well, no, it is. But this is the oldest building.
Let me see.
How many?
Cool.
Okay, so these waterfalls, they like the gap from this down to here. So these are lower rocks. This lake here, than the top of the cliff face, but this is still like very rocky and very high. So I don't know. It's probably like 3/4 of a mile, half a mile. These bottom waterfalls. Yeah. It turns out it's very hard to draw waterfalls on a map in a convincing way. Is what I learned doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got all your rivers. You also got all these canals in here and stuff. But when before the city was raised, the city was actually, it covered this entire area. The fact that like there are much more rural sections of it reflects the fact that the city has not recovered even 1,000 years later to its full extent of what it was before. It's doing fine, just to clarify, but
So when do we get to go to the Ravenshill?
I don't know. When do you want to go to the Ravenshill?
As soon as I can.
You leap off the ship with a parachute into the hill and disappear. And you find a really lame-looking person from the 90s standing around, telling kids that ravens are cool.
Ravens
I mean,
are
he's
cool.
not
though.
wrong.
They are, but
They are, absolutely.
He's not.
he's not, but ravens are.
Okay. All right. Well,
Like
he's got his heart in the right place, I guess.
his clothes aren't bad. His hair's not great though.
He looks so
It's
90s.
bushier and
He
has feathers
does.
in it.
Yeah,
Maybe a few
if
bones.
he needs
It needs to look more windswept.
he needs a hood.
Oh wait, hang on. No, I can help with that.
Mm.
Because my Discord should work. There you go. Here you go. This is in Raven, a TV show from Britain from sometime in the 90s.
Oh no, I think no, early 2000s. Early two.
Wait, is it early 2000s?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember all my favorite programs from growing up, like
It was 2002 to 2010, so
Demon Headmaster and
yeah.
the Queen's Nose or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now see, it was always just on, and there was like kids having to do like, like it's just games and like things. I can't remember properly. I just remember seeing the guy dressed in raven feathers with a Scottish accent. So you know.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't decided what the Raven's accent's going to be yet when you go meet it. It's a hedgerow known as someone familiar and someone right. It's a sort of 13, 14-year-old's idea of their cool wizard character. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I really think crows are cool. I'm going to be a
What do you
crow
mean?
wizard.
It's literally medieval.
He is medieval.
Yeah. Yeah. But he at least was a grizzled old man.
He wasn't old, is he?
Not for all of it.
No, he was like.
I mean, he was in Warcraft 3.
He was.
I am not thinking at all of anything in World of Warcraft. Just
No,
Warcraft.
no, because like, when did Medivh die?
Oh, death in the Warcraft universe. What does that matter?
Minor inconvenience.
Oh,
At most.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's already dead by 3.
Yeah, stop him.
No, it doesn't stop him, but like, so he can't.
Yeah,
he can't have aged if he's dead.
Well, then he took the form of a grizzled old man.
Just because he had grey in his beard doesn't mean he was old.
I don't recall him having a beard.
Yeah, he has a beard.
Wow. I don't even know who this person is, so this is amazing.
The only one who I remember
It
looking
really does not matter.
I want
like
to
an old man was what's his face? Khadgar. And Khadgar,
Oh my god, he looks even worse. No, I didn't want to know what this freaking idiot looked like.
see, this is him in 3.
It's like a freaking 10-year-old made it. I called the crow. I mean, I know that this person's called the Raven, but regardless, they walk up to people on the path and spook them.
Boo, go away. Caw! 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 Oh, he does, doesn't he? He just runs after people going, Caw!
I can neither confirm nor deny that until you go to the hill.
Let's go to the hill! Let's go to the hill!
The rest of the campaign is over. We're now going to Raven's Hill to see where we end up. I'm just saying right now, as like, you can have this straight up. If you go into one of the tunnels on Raven's Hill, can you please go as a party? I don't care where you end up, but please go as a party, because I don't want to deal with everybody chooses a different hole, and I now have 6 different campaigns to run.
Well, it's fine, because Roz has no business here.
That's true.
He's just here because everyone else is going here, so it's fine.
See,
Yeah.
I can't remember why Air was like, yeah, sure, let's go. like-
Because you'd heard that there was people who might know more about
Yeah,
the other world.
and then things happened, and I'm like, do I care about that now?
You might. I bet you that the Raven knows a lot about the other world,
Let's go talk to Coco Man.
but probably won't tell you anything useful because they're too busy cacawing at you.
I'll put it back to him.
Just stand on the path. Cacaw, cacaw!
I'll use my new special skill. Wine.
Yes. Wine? Right. Uh-huh.
and then if I don't get it what I want, I lose my other one.
You whine a lot better than you This guy just yell nevermore. I mean, probably. I mean, I know what kind of character they are when you actually get to them, but yeah. So I don't necessarily know what course of action we should take, but I can do some of the descripciones if people want just that part before you decide things you want to do, because it's going to be like quite a bit of time before you get into let's go find a hotel kind of thing. When you arrive, the ship docks. That's fine. Olin goes to the dock and talks to one of the people who is working there, and returns to inform you that, due to there being a very important funeral tomorrow, they a lot of extra staff has had to from the city's official is currently occupied, so they are requesting that people stay on their ships until tomorrow morning, when they will be able to properly register everybody who has arrived. They seem to be very, very particular with who is arriving and who is going.
Okay, so we're spending tonight on the ship then.
It's basically what they are requesting. You could just hop off.
That's fine. It'll give us plenty of time for the blizzard to come in.
Well, yes, quite.
Yeah.
The snurricane.
Yeah, the snurricane. And then we can see what the city looks like all white.
Well, I mean, it'll look like Athens when
assuming we
it's
can
off.
see.
If it's all Greco-Roman, does that mean it has statues that are gaudily painted?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Everything is
perfect.
painted.
Oh, it's disgusting. I love it.
It's not disgusting. It's lovely. Yes.
Look,
so
I've
all
seen
of the statues of naked people are painted completely.
I've seen the what people think they look like, and they don't look great.
What do you mean? They look amazing.
They look better unpainted.
No, that's not true. Disagree. Hard to disagree.
Look. They need somebody they're like they just need to be covered in a nice coating of null Nile.
Well, okay, but my favorite thing about it though that people don't get is the extremely over the top dark lines. That was the fashion of makeup. So
I'm not like from the things I've seen, it's all very matte paint.
Yeah, and that's how their makeup was too. That's the reason why they loved lead in makeup, because it made such a flat, matte white color.
I mean, the entirety of I'm just thinking of the things I've seen, especially in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Because those statues were wow.
I love them. 100%. But yeah, no, that is what it looks like. So most of the big open walls you'll see they'll be painted so there's very rich bright red. And then there is
walls,
a scene painted
great
on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Almost every surface has some sort of decoration to it. And any of the statues that you see are all painted. All the temples are painted. Most people's houses. It is a very brightly colored city. It is not the incredibly boring and other words I could think of whitewashed view of the classical world.
Oh yeah, no.
Sun bleached.
And I mean whitewashed in both senses of the word. The literal and the figurative.
Fair.
The tiles of the roofs and stuff like that, they're all like the nice terracotta tiles and stuff like that. So, yeah, nice overlay. Do we like roof tiles, anyone? Or is that just me?
I like tiles.
So yeah, you're able to do a rester. I would like somebody to tell me or do me my weather roll because I want to know how badly the hurricane hits. Oh, sorry, the snarkin. As in the snarkin.
I'll do that.
Yeah, the snarkin will hit. Your roll in this instance determines how bad.
16.
16? Ooh, that seems very low.
Oh, sorry. 6.
That seems
Perfect.
much lower.
I
Okay.
love it.
So, when the weather rolls around the following day, so the first thing that you notice is the freezing cold wind. It is insane. A bunch of people like crawl along the dock towards the ships and dock, and they like add extra like ropes and chains to tie them so that they don't move in place. Some of the other two that are there, you see people taking down the masts and stuff for their safety. And eventually, all into one magically deconstructs itself because, of course, it does. But everybody else actually has to do work for theirs. And all of these things, like they're put away and the ships are made safe. But you can still see that, like they're rocking around in their moorings. And then you just like see coming towards the city, the wall of snow. So if anyone has ever seen pictures of how snow works in Buffalo, New York City, it is a line of snow. There is a visible cut in the cloud, and it's just coming towards you. And once it hits, it is impossible to see, and everything is like falling at kind of 6 inches an hour. It's insane.
It's
This is
beautiful.
the worst weather Halyashnar has pretty much ever had.
This is the best weather Halyashnar has ever had.
I sure hope that they have lots of gritters out there.
I sure hope they don't have any gritters out there.
Wow. People are going to die in this. You know that people are going to actually die in this storm.
It's not Birmingham, it's Buffalo.
They should have
is.
thought about that before being here.
It's Greco-Roman Buffalo.
Look, people might die, but it's fine.
It's a sacrifice you're
I'm
willing
having
to
a
make.
nice time. Yeah.
From the in this storm, there's like snow, lightning, and stuff like that, and there's just terrible wind. And Gwen goes to the top of the tower on the edge of the docks and just like looks out the city. Some of you may die.
Look, this is the result of saving Olin's life, okay?
Yeah. Also,
so it's all Olin's fault.
That I don't
if
disagree
anyone
with.
dies here, it's Olin's fault.
You are informed as well by somebody that due to whatever the fuck this is, they have had to postpone things until tomorrow.
What do you mean?
They can't do the funeral today because
Oh,
the city has just been buried under like 5 foot of snow in the space of 6 hours. Oh,
Yep,
one important thing that I would like you to do from your vantage point, though, I would like you to do me perception checks.
Okay.
23.
Mm.
So, 2 important things that you note. Or actually, I guess everyone would note this during the storm. Considering its intensity, you do notice that there are areas of the city that have the means to reduce its severity, and also there is an area of the city that seems to make it more intense. So basically, Ravens Hill, the storm is more intense, and over by the Sanctum of the Nine, the storm remains less intense. Also, by the Acropolis.
Boo.
Wow. By the Acropolis,
Settle down.
there's some sort of magical interference to try and reduce the severity of the weather. Everywhere else, they're just effed. They're just buried under, like, so much snow. And it's like blowing snow, so it piles up. The canals, the rivers, they all freeze. The waterfalls all freeze. The waterfalls weren't frozen when you got here. And they've frozen in a single storm, so yeah. I'm just gonna
really dropped.
Yeah, it did. It almost like some magical cold entity just rolled in. Right, there we go. That's a useful
follow
number.
the sin.
Hmm?
Kind of just follow the sin.
Yep. But yeah, you like just straight up, it is not safe for you to go places. Like, they will not let people go on bridges. People will die.
I'm off.
So they're gonna just make sure you stay there. That is also the total death tally for the storm today, by the way.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I rolled it. I didn't even just determine it. I just rolled it. This is not natural weather, and nobody in this city thinks that this is natural weather.
Well, I mean, there may have been upwards of 44 people who did, but not anymore.
No, those are the only 44 people who did believe it.
Era's just there, like standing out of wherever. Like, are we still on the ship?
Yeah, you can't like leave the tower. It's not because you can't stay elsewhere in the sail aisle. Actually, no, they would let you go into the tower because there are residences there. They would let you go there because you would be safer there, but they won't let you leave here because they haven't been able to properly register you because the city's officials have to deal with an Omega storm that they're not coping well because they're not used to not natural weather. It doesn't happen much. So you are inside, but like you can go outside if you want to. It's just that they have.
Oh, I'm going out. I'm just standing there, just smiling, massive grin on my face.
Do I make Era take a strength check standing on the dock?
Strength check
against the force of the wind.
Oh, I'm not standing on the dock.
Where are you standing?
Oh, am I not allowed to go down to the bottoms? Is that?
No, because they can't let you into the city until they register you properly. You have to be in the tower. It's like the airport, basically. You are trapped inside the airport due to the fact that nobody can check you in or whatever.
Oh, like Era's getting antsy.
Yeah, like those poor people on that cargo ship that hit that bridge who are just stuck on the ship for months on end.
Yeah.
That's us right now.
Just getting,
you know,
more and more,
much luckier.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the word. What's the word? Getting restless. I'm getting restless.
Antsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, need to get out, need to get out, need to get out, need to get out, need to get out!
You can go out. You can go outside onto the dock.
No, out proper.
That is outside!
No, not high earth out. Low down out.
Oh, right. Well. You will have to wait a further day until the worst of the Snarkin passes. A thing you are responsible for, but
No, it's not my fault. It's it's all in for
Yep.
needing saving.
uh-huh.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Let's see. Let's see. No, not buying it.
Yeah, well, wait.
That's right. I made a useful skill too. Sorry,
Why didn't
useless skill.
Why didn't you
My persuasion was higher.
You shouldn't
What?
have persuaded, you should have It was a dad roll. The only response to it that you could have given is
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't use useful skills against useless skills.
never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
I rolled
No.
a 1!
You got dad. You got dadded.
Oh, well, it didn't work then. I got a wine, sorry. Damn it.
Still not good enough.
No, it's just gonna be annoying. I'm gonna
See-
annoy everyone in this tower.
The fact that Aira has a wine skill now means that Gwen does have to watch the one episode of Cornergast where Hank does the wine, because more people in the world need to understand how you whine.
What do you
Yes.
mean?
I will
Yes,
happily watch that with you both.
It's a very specific Canadian reference, Gwen, but it's a very important one.
Canadian? Ugh.
Wow.
Cornergast is great, but yeah. Yeah, so the day passes unfortunately uneventfully because, well, it is eventful, but you're not able to leave the airport because you're stuck.
I just keep sneaking up to like the door of the dock or wherever because I'm pretty sure they got doors, right?
Yeah, they have doors.
Yeah. I just keep opening them to let the snow in.
Right? They will probably ask you to stop doing that because you're letting all the heat out.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it.
Yeah, they're not. It's not you that they're worried about.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
They are. They will try and prevent you from doing it.
Well, I'll open the door and then freeze it open.
They'll just come and melt it with fire.
On a
And-
wooden door?
How are you gonna freeze it?
Because there's loads of snow. I'm just gonna turn it into thingy and then
So they'll
make-
go melt the ice. The ice is definitely going to melt before the door catches fire.
Do I need a humph skill as well?
If you want one. But yeah,
Okay.
they're not gonna let you kill people.
I'd say
Ugh.
doubles for it.
No, because is.
But it could also be.
No, because it's very specific. It's not.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, so
It's-
they will, to the extent of how much that they want you to stop doing it, they will probably actually block the door, so you can't keep doing it if you keep doing it. Because they are worried for people's lives inside the tower dying of hypothermia.
Can't believe they've done that.
Can't believe that they're trying not to let people die.
Yeah.
The 44 other people who did die, though.
There we go. I harumphed.
Alright. So, you spend the day, presumably everybody is exhausted from chasing Air around to stop Air from trying to kill people.
I'm letting the local authorities handle it.
I mean, eventually they will just arrest her. Like, eventually, if she doesn't stop,
for
they
her
will
own
just
good.
try to arrest her.
It's the only way she'll learn.
Uncle Sulk on the ship.
Yep, you need that as a useless skill too.
Sulk. There you go.
Okay, that's Sulk as well. Okay.
Yeah, so you can sulk, whine, and harumph.
Yeah.
Why are they all +6? That's the part.
Same stat.
Yeah. Because I'm proficient in them. Obviously.
Just leave Aira in jail until they're ready to leave, and then they go and get her. Haha, we have solved the problem.
There you go.
Okay.
I sulked.
You just sulk. Okay, so can somebody roll me? Well, I guess not Nemit. Somebody else roll me a weather.
Me. I'll roll the weather.
Because I need to know the effects of
What
once
is
the snow
100,
snark,
right?
D100, yeah, Snarkin leaves.
Oh!
See? Okay, team. If we want nice weather, Gwen has to roll from now on.
Like, it's basically everyone gets the weather they don't want when they roll.
Yeah. Well, because it's like
I've gotten some perfectly cromulent weather from time to time.
Yeah.
It's just that time in particular, for dramatic effect, Snurrican.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, technically, you killed those 44.
because you
Me as a
rolled it.
player, I am fine with that.
Okay.
You roll the dice that killed them, so they're dead now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, that does mean that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. It was a Decepticon symbol that came up. Of course, it killed people.
I mean, the best thing is though, is that does mean for sure that you have the highest KDA at the moment. Because you have 44 on your tally. I think you had the highest anyway.
Yeah, I definitely have done a fair amount of finishing off.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
Yes, those are the words I've chosen to use.
Wow.
I just helped someone get intimate with gravity.
Okay, so because the question has come up with the weather. So the way the weather works, everybody, is it's low pressure, high pressure. So the higher you roll, the higher the pressure. The lower you roll, the lower the pressure. And low pressure favors like cold and wet, and high pressure favors like hot and dry. So if you have a weather beforehand and it changes dramatically, that's what you get. But also, it makes sense in this instance because this was not a natural storm in the first place. So, like, this storm has drawn up all of the storm energy that would be in the atmosphere and has buggered off because there wasn't really a storm here before. It just appeared, used up all the energy, and now it's done. And so the following day, it's a bright sunny day. It's back to the temperature it was before. It's like 10, 15 degrees.
Things thawed out.
I mean, things will thaw very, very quickly.
Aww.
I mean, seeing as like...
I mean, you say that, Hog, but you've seen those piles in parking lots in this country.
Ah, yes, but that's because
they're around for weeks.
That's because they're compacted snow.
I wanted to climb a waterfall.
I mean, you still got chance.
No, I don't trust melting
If you wanna risk a like half a mile high frozen waterfall in 15-degree weather, you can try.
Yeah, that nonsense. That nonsense. Stay way away from me.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's 50 is the weather doesn't really change. The high is the weather will get hotter and drier, and then low is the wetter will get. The weather will get wetter and colder. There you go. And sometimes they'll make a difference. The wetter will get wetter and colder. Yes.
Wetter and colder.
So yeah. this day, I mean, there's still like loads of people out in the streets trying to get rid of the snow as much as they can, shoveling it into the canals. And you can see that there are druids, as well as there are some mages and stuff like that are assisting with melting important areas.
Silly druids.
I mean,
Bad druids.
and there's also priests that are probably helping out, and there's people with lanterns and things like that. There's, yeah.
Are there any other ice druids trying to refreeze it?
No.
Oh.
That there aren't really any of those here.
Disappointed in them.
Also, actually, you got such a good clear sight of it. By the way, the Bank of Haliashna, you can see that there is. So one, it seemed to pretty magically clear itself in terms of the interior of the buildings. The top of the buildings is fine, but like there's a courtyard in there and stuff, and that is clear. But you can see that the steps going down to the little dock, you can see that there is a tiefling and an Aasimar with a broom. And they are brushing the snow away.
Oh, then.
Yeah. It is fun. You can see. Wait, am I? Is there an echo?
I can't hear it in real life.
I don't see any echoes on my end.
Oh, did you have two windows open there, Jub?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't.
well, whatever. If it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. Okay. The following day. Oh wait, no, I can. I think I'm echoing through Gwen's mic.
What, mine? Wow.
You're the one lighting up.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why I would either.
It suddenly decided that it needs you twice.
Yeah. That's very weird.
Hmm.
Okay, so during the day, you wake up, your usual things. You are able to finally get registers having arrived in the city, and they basically give you the spiel of you follow Hayashna's laws, you are free to do things, and to not interfere, and all the usual things, like just you can hang out and not cause trouble. Some of you are from Hayashna, so they're fine with it.
Oh, good. Garnet and I can cause trouble. Fantastic.
All to cause trouble.
Yeah. Once you get out, because this is early in the morning, you can see there's like one noticeable thing from the Isle of Sails, apart from like obviously all these people like clearing away snow and stuff like that, and it melting away. You can see that the street that you walk down into is a row of pretty fancy buildings, in lots of different architectural styles. You would, I think, you would notice, Gwen, or Era would notice that there was one that had architectural styles similar to the Kentrevi.
Oh.
There is an Owlin embassy here. And everyone else, you will have seen these before, but there's architectural styles from all over the world along this road. I have a list of the embassies if you care, but you can check them in the document. But they're all there, and it's very, very, very clear that this is a bunch of embassies. But you can also see that there is lots of people in these, like coming out these embassies, that are dressed in very formal attire, as if there is some important event that they are going to.
Well, from every one of them.
Yes, all of the embassies. All 14 of them.
Wow.
And they all make their way towards... They would be going to Newbridge? Yes, they would be going towards Newbridge with their little entourages.
Are they like being like is there like guards guarding them as they go, or is it just a group of people going?
There is guards around because there's guards around in general, but you can see that there are probably like half a dozen guards that are sort of keeping watch of them. But most of these ambassadors in their entourages, you can see that they have their own guards, like at least one or two personal guards. But
Is there anybody going up to them and talking to them at all as they go?
I mean, they're talking to each other, like embassy staff will do, but there's not somebody specifically going to collect them. They just look like they're on their way to an event.
Can I up to the Owlin people and ask them what's going on?
Okay. So yeah, you go down. You see the Owlin delegation. There's only 3 of them. There's the obvious ambassador, and then you can see that there are two guards, as you would expect them to be, dressed in their more formal garb, with lots of their tattoos and stuff, like not tattoos, their face paint and things like that. Nice blue swirls all over the place, and gelled hair.
Oh,
They have blonde gelled hair, as in it's not that they necessarily had blonde hair, but the gel makes the hair go blonde/white. The classic.
bleaching it.
But they have their spears and they have their very big, like, hexagonal shields. And the ambassador will politely nod. I assume you speak to them in Owlin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they will respond in Owlin.
Excuse me. I've only just got to the city. I'm from Contrevi. Can somebody tell me what's going on?
Oh, I'm afraid that there's been rather a terrible. One of our fellow ambassadors, the ambassador to Adrisia, was murdered a few days ago, and the funeral is today. Well, it was supposed to be yesterday, but that weather, that unnatural weather. But that is where we are all headed.
Oh, we've just some friends have just come from Adrisia. When did this happen?
It would have been about 5 nights ago, 6 nights ago. No, 5. Yes.
Was that when we were leaving?
That was.
Oh no, that's when we were still in the middle of the travel.
That was the second day of travel.
Huh. Is there any? Does anybody know why it happened?
The assailant hasn't been caught, to my knowledge.
I know there was a what was it? An attempted assassination in Adrisia just before we left. Yes?
There was, yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't of an Adrisian official, it was of...
No, but there was of a political person.
Yeah, it was the emissary from Lomba.
I go, oh, that it's strange. Like just before we left, like not long before we left, Arisia, there was also an assassination attempt on, what was it, emissary from Lomba?
An emissary, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if there's something happening. Well, thank you for the information.
You're most welcome. It's good to see my people starting to reach out to Haliash now. There is much to learn from this city.
I'm very yes, I'm very drawn to the hill over there. Cause I wouldn't know it's called Raven Hill yet.
No. The
like-
Ravens Hill. Well,
I noticed
is-
I noticed the storm was especially concentrated on it.
There are tales of Ravens Hill, similar to the wilds of our own land. I would advise caution if you were to proceed there. The other world is very close to the surface around that place.
Oh, it's very interesting. I've got a lot of interest in otherworldly matters, so I might go and ask around, see what they say. But thank you for the lovely conversation. Diolch yn fawr.
They reply in kind.
Oh, damn it, Hog, you're supposed to say
I can say Diok.
it.
They
And
say
then
Diok. There you go.
Then I do a little bow to them.
Wait, no,
and then
yeah,
I-
no, sorry, hang on. The start of the conversation was actually their first sentence to you is doing Hoffy Coffee.
Anyway, I go back to everybody else.
Gwen punches the ambassador. Not Aira, Gwen does.
Yeah. I just like rip through space and time, punch the ambassador, go no.
Doing Hoffy Coffee. I'm gonna get that on my gravestone. Yeah. You can see that the make me a perception check, because there is a tiny little detail. I mean, everybody who's here, like Xander and stuff, can too, because they saw you going over to talk to this person.
It's fine. It's
Alright.
not terrible.
It's not a secret. It's just I want to see how much you notice. Xander's just like, I'm home. The booze.
Completely oblivious.
With a 13 Nemeth, Roz, you also wouldn't notice this, but Aero with a 15, you would notice something.
Mm-hmm.
When the ambassador is done, they you can see that, like, the little groups of ambassadors, they're kind of forming little blobs.
Mm.
And you can see that out of one of the other embassies, a very, very, very clearly dwarven embassy. It is the embassy for Crankaran, and the embassy is actually for Crankaran and Krindok, but Krindok is a faraway place you don't know about, but it's a shared embassy for reasons that none of you have any clue about, but that's fine. You can see that there is two very senior-looking dwarves amongst their little retinue, and there is a very, very, very ancient-looking elf. And I mean, like, so you know how before I described to you that there are there's like kind of two kinds of elves? You have the elves that almost everybody in the world is.
The creepy elves.
This elf is about like 7 foot tall. They are like a stick insect with long legs, long arms, long face, big black eyes, very long pointy ears. They are very, very old elf energy with regard to this person. and the ambassador for the Owlans goes over to meet up with the group that the dwarves are with and this elf is, but they politely say like hi to the dwarves, but then they kind of like step in behind and they are just talking to this elf.
I forgot to ask. So what was the?
You want the ambassador?
I know the name of the ambassador for the.
Would you? You can make me a history check. Why would you know?
No, I do. Air doesn't.
Oh, okay, you do. Yeah, why would
You
Aira
really-
freaking know?
Yeah, no, I don't know what Air. But I'm just saying, like.
There you go. I mean, you can look at your notes.
What were they? Were they Elven? Were they?
Oh, they look like they were half elven.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They certainly had elf about them.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that other one was the other one that you wrote on the thing with the attendance person.
Yes, for your purposes of going through the notes, that is attendant Lathwin Evermoon, but you do not know her name.
Obviously, I would not know. I don't know anyone's name.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that what I thought from the notes is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. That's why you have a summary document, so I don't have to remember these in names.
These 20,000 names you come up with.
Yes. I mean, I'm really looking forward to freaking... You want to go meet the ambassador for TNC? Because they're here.
No, I'm okay. I wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Oh. But yeah, they have cool scales. They're like a half dragon.
I go back to the others and yeah. So that's the thing, like, so apparently there was a murder here.
A lot of people live here. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but like one of the ambassadors, the ambassador for Drustia in particular, like very important person, got murdered. While we were on the way here from Adrissia. You know, the place we've been.
Yes, I know where we've been.
Somebody almost got assassinated. Just, you know, suspicious.
Yes, people being murdered or assassinated is quite a suspicious thing.
Yeah, I thought I'd just let you know. I've never been here before. It was nice. It was nice seeing some other Owlans.
Yeah, you can.
That's who those people were you rushed over to. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. While you're having this conversation as well, and this actually counts for Xander, your perception roll. Xander, out of one of the other embassies, you see the ultimate cat dad comes out of. I mean, they're a cheetah, but they're still buff and all the rest of it. With their bodyguards, comes out of one of the other embassies, and joins the assembling ambassadors as they proceed to the thing. But yeah, that's a cat dad. Purr. Wow.
Wow. It's a strong purr.
Meow. Do you roar? Do you roar to try and impress them?
Rawr.
No.
Just distracted, just staring at him.
Yeah, like Aira's giving this important information and Xander's just like eyes glazed over. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to continue following them to this big public event, or?
It seems like the biggest to-do there is.
Yeah, we can. I mean, I'd like to eventually go check out that. I think the pastor said it was Ravens Hill. Because the storm was very concentrated over there. Apparently, it's got some thingies, so maybe there's some
Yeah, maybe we can check that out after.
spooky shit going on.
Xander,
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I got nothing else going on, so I'm happy to just pal around. I never really liked coming to the city, but I mean, I don't really have anything against it. It's just not for me.
Xander, if talk of Ravens Hill, you would know. You don't have to do any rolls. You would know that it's like the bogeyman of the city. It's the place where you don't go because children get gobbled up, etc.
See.
Oh, it's definitely a place children dare each other to go, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like the freaking graveyard with like, this goes, you should go check it out. And yeah, that's basically you can think of the crow not really sort of an intimidating person. It's just sort of a local community member who's dressed up in elaborate fashion to try and scare the children away.
I mean, that does sound like a great job.
I
Yeah.
see he's been demoted from Raven to Crow now.
No, that's his psychic. That's the trainee. The
Oh,
raven proper is like mysterious and edgy and terrifying. The crow is just the community liaison officer.
and it just goes around going,
Eh. And the kids go, "Ah, the crow's here!"
he's gonna catch
Is there
us.
also like the magpie and the what cockatrice?
You're just
Why did
going
I
to
say that
list
word?
corvids. How about jackdaw? Is there a jackdaw?
Cockatrice.
Is there a peacock?
Can we just appreciate for a minute that in Guard's attempt at listing birds, we've got cockatrice.
Cockatrice.
I'm
You
just
know.
gonna ignore that.
Cockatrices, hippogriffs. They're all birds.
I mean, they have wings.
Look, a cockatrice is a chicken. The fact that it has a snake tail is not my fault.
Okay. What about the fact that it's not real? Is that your fault?
What?
I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't real in this place.
That's true. I can tell you that there is not another person called anything else, and the crow is also fictional. Although I do have an image of an aging, retired, like policeman sort of type person trying to jump over a fence to scare the children away from the hill and getting stuck halfway.
He's just got his feathers caught on him.
Oh god.
That is, you know what? The crow did not previously exist. I think I might actually have that person because the image of a 50-something-year-old man getting stuck on a fence dressed as a crow is too appealing to me.
And he definitely gets picked on by the teenagers.
Oh yeah, the teenagers bully the ever-living crap out of him. Yeah, oh my goodness. The Raven though, that's the scary one. But anyway, yeah. So moving back to that happens later when you go there. You follow this train of ambassadors. It like for a lot of you, I imagine it's very new because you have not seen people from all over the world, and these people are. There are people here from Theron. There are people here from TNC. The only like significant continent that you don't. Oh, I just realized I've missed one of the embassies. I'll add that and I'll send it to everybody later. There is an embassy for Beltheror or the Dittic Imperium. So there is a Drow ambassador here too. Who joins them. And none of you will have met a Drow before or seen a Drow before, I do not think. because they obviously live underground, and unless a lot of you have spent time underground, probably haven't seen them.
Nah, just in the woods.
Question. The Organog
The
person.
Argonog, yes.
Argonog. Yeah, Argonog. Are they hiding from the sun?
They might have a parasol. It's a bit bright.
Okay.
I don't know. Why are you judging her? She's just having a nice time. Oh, also,
Yeah, it's fine.
her bodyguards are completely, like, they have full plate armor. You can't see any of them.
Of course, yeah.
For no reason. If you want to do a sniff check, that's your own business. But yeah, no, she has a parasol. She's also wearing all black. She has, like, freaking probably 10-inch stiletto heels. And any other gothic vampire aesthetic things that you want to put on her, she probably has those too.
Vampire? What?
So, the aesthetic. I didn't say she was a vampire. I just said she has the aesthetic.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
and doesn't like the sun. And is very pale. And has red eyes. Yeah.
How has nobody realised that they're vampires?
People are much kinder. They're a lot more chill in my universe. They're like, you know what? If you want to be a vampire, that's okay. We don't judge
they
it.
weren't in Adrissia. Like,
well, no, but that's because Adrissia is...
people.
Yeah, that's because Adrissia is a flippin', like, religious state. This is not. This is a republic.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Also, it's 1 million people. If you started judging everybody who dresses up like a vampire, you're going to be judging a lot of people.
Just a local goth kid. Are you a vampire?
Yeah, that's basically what Gwen is advocating, that the city implement a bully goths policy.
I never said that!
How do they not know that she's a vampire?
Russia.
Oh, no. Yeah. But, like, to clarify, she is not isolated from the other ambassadors. She is talking with them like any other equal. Like, she's not being treated differently. But, I mean, if you want, like... You have, like, a bunch of the ones that you recognize, like Strelok, or all of the Jel and Jane ones you kind of recognize, and they're very obvious. You can see that, like, the ambassadors to Cycleopolis, they are dressed with a very, very massive, like, over-the-top turban with, like, jewels and gems and stuff on it, and they have, like, big puffy pants. They're very Ottoman fashions. You can see that there is... It's kind of funny because there's only one person here that looks like they're particularly religious. And you can see that there is a very serious looking... She looks like a nun, but she's got, again, an enormous hat. It's a combination of, like, Russian Orthodox priest clothes and, like, a nun's habit. And that's what she's wearing. And she's from Veliki Fair. You have... okay.
Again? Oh, is that the in-between bit between the two?
That's the in-between. That's like the it's the Eastern European themed Celtic people, basically.
Yeah.
You have Malia. They are dressed in, like, just very, very nice Moroccan sort of fashions. They probably, sure, they have a fez, but it's not called a fez in this world because they haven't determined which city it comes from. But they have one of those. I was going to look at my map of Malia to work out which one it is. It's one of them. Here's one that you'll love. There is they are human, and their clothes are... all of their robes, you can see that they are all embroidered with pictures of whales. Different kinds of whales. And they have a hat which looks suspiciously like it's in the shape of like a whale's water spout thing. So it's like it goes up and it comes out the top. And they are wearing that as a hat.
Okay.
They are very whale-themed.
There was like there was a second then where I thought they were just wearing like a hat and it's just a whale.
Yeah, kinda. But they're very, very cool. You have the
Do they have a very slow way of talking? And they are quite high pitched.
no. When they yawn, though, it is very, very whale-like. Yeah, no, but they talk normally. You have the ambassador for TNC, who is dressed as a Chinese noble, if that wasn't obvious. And their guards have these very cool, little dragon, looking things at the end of sticks, as if they maybe have like fire sticks or something like that. You have the hot cheetah cat dad that Xander loves. Oh, I know. You have because Olin would be with you in this bit, and Olin would go over. But there is a. They don't look like Felicite, but they are half Tabaxi.
It's one of those ones.
And Olin goes over and says hi and all the rest of it because it's Olin's cousin, so they know her. And then there is they're dressed. They're a matador. That's their attire. They don't actually have the red sort of that part, but the rest of the aesthetic is correct.
Perfect.
And their name is Halado.
Where is that? Where are they from?
Where is Fantasy Spain?
Yeah.
It's Galia.
Yeah, but I don't know where that is.
Oh, it's in Theron. It's on the other side of the world.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Tianxi, La Roque, Southern Republic, and Galia are all the other side of the world. Sesakaton and Maliar and Veliki Fair are far. Well, I mean, Sesakaton is kind of part of Jellicoe, but it's islands off the coast, so it's reasonably far away. But Maliar, Veliki Fair, and Sicliopolis, they are more distant. Sicliopolis moves, but at the moment it's currently near Jellicoe, so.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. There is and there's also the Kentrevi and all that sort of stuff. Oh, and Marliane for people who care about that. The ambassador from Marliane.
Who would do that? Who
know.
would care? I don't know.
Who'd care?
Who would care about the ambassador of Marliane? Certainly not me. But she is here, and she is also the heir apparent. If you were curious.
Oh.
Because this is pretty much the best ambassadorial post you can get for most countries, minus the periodic snarkins that apparently now happen. But before that point, it was the best place to go.
Snarkins are great. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah. But Dauphine Jean Trut Arc en Seal. And Trut Arc en Seal is the royal family's name, so which people do know because it has been told to you before, but I didn't expect anyone except one person to write it down as notes because it's not relevant to any of the rest of you.
Oh, I remember it was the royal family, but that's just because I remember Rainbow.
Yeah. So you follow along through this. You go along Newbridge. Newbridge is very, very pretty. It's just these enormous arching bridges going across the lake. You get a very good view of everything in the city from here without buildings obstructing your view. It's honestly, if you wanted to start painting in Haliashnar, it would be a very good bridge to pick. You can see all the buildings of that. You cross over into what is the lower portions here. Do you go past? No, you wouldn't go over there. You would go this way. I'm just trying to check which path you would actually go. Yeah, you would go this way. The narrow land. I can draw you. Why don't I just draw you a path? How about that? Why is it white? It doesn't. What color should I use for indicating my notes for you? What color we want? Blue?
Yellow would stand out very well.
Okay, yellow it is. Oh my goodness. I just accidentally was about to pick puke yellow, and I was very unhappy.
Mm.
My goodness. So you would go along here, you would come down. No, you wouldn't go there. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to delete this whole thing, but that's whatever. You know what? Sure, you go this way. For some reason, you don't go down that street. Maybe there was too much snow down this much more direct street, and not because I accidentally drew the line too far. And then you go through the poshos. Through the poshos. Whee! And then you come up here. And then you come all the way up into here. Past all the poshos. So as you go through... Wait, what? Why
Don't worry
did
about it. It was an
Jub...
accident.
Okay. Don't bully Jub, please, mods.
To clear a timeout, you can use the unban command.
Oh, 7
Wait.
Jub.
Or on timeout.
What happened? Did you
Jub got
It was a
timed out.
miss. It was a mids click.
Oh, 7.
It's okay. Make sure you moderate on a full night's sleep, folks. This is your public service announcement.
Don't drink and mod.
Unless you're drinking coffee, but not too much coffee,
I
'cause
don't
then you
even-
could go a little haywire. Whew.
I don't even have mod view open.
Okay, so going through the Narrowland district, you see like there is lots and lots of daily activity going on. The balmy weather has very much improved the situation. It would have been awful here yesterday, but people are getting most of the snow cleared away. Businesses are starting to open, etc. There looks like there's some people that there's like some collapsed roofs and stuff from the weight of the snow. But generally, life continues as it would after a major storm, but not the actual effects of the storm. It's the aftermath. You go up into the Acropolis. It's very steep stairs. It's like walking up into the Acropolis. So you see all these very grand buildings when you get there. There's very posh theaters, people's villas. It's the fancy part of town. And you can see that here, when you get to this point, more people kind of like join this growing group of people because they are the well-to-do people and they expect that they should show their faces at a public event like this. So they follow along until you arrive at the central Haliash's Rise, and you can see this enormous walled. It is a fortress. Like there's no disputing that it's fortressy nature. You can see that there is at one corner this enormous tower that goes all the way up in the sky. You can see that there are enormous birds perched at the top of this. Like it's some sort of eyrie or something like that. You can see that there is to the other corner to your left, there is a large temple dedicated to whom? You cannot tell from the outside, but it is a large temple. And then in front of you, you can see that there is a fortress and an enormous sort of circular structure that both Xander and Roz would immediately know what it was because it's a very identifiable building. It's the Senate of Haliash now.
It's probably on half the money.
Yeah. and you can see that the area outside the Senate and sort of this whole square almost is filling up with the well-to-do of Halyashna, and there is a large platform with the body of somebody covered in a shroud, and you can see that there are some people nearby who are dressed in Odrysian dress, and all of the senators for here, including the two consuls, are standing in front of, or standing behind the funeral, and you can see everybody else is kind of filing in on this side, and you are sort of in this crowd for this very public display of a funeral.
Well, I guess we're here for the duration.
The funeral is a very somber affair, with, you can tell that it is of great political embarrassment to the consuls, who, like, you can tell that they are talking a lot with the Odrysians who are here, because it's never a good look when an ambassador gets killed. It's like one of those things that you're like, this is just going to be awkward now. Like, we know it happens, but jeez, should make ambassadors bulletproof. But something does occur that is a lot more interesting than just sitting through a funeral of speeches and song and all the rest of it, because in the group of senators, you see that there is, they are kind of in little sections. They're mostly in one section, but there's like little other groups. Kind of the vibe of, there's not political parties in Halyashna, but you don't want to sit next to the racist party. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like how it is.
Yeah.
So there's like,
that is absolutely fair.
So there's like a you're the racist party gap sort of thing going on with some parts of it. But there is a group. Yeah. there is a group where, as the funeral is winding down, so like this person was semi-respectful, and they wait until sort of the shroud is put over and they're put in a coffin, and they are like beginning to put them onto a cart to take them back to Odrysia for their various whatever funeral they're going to go through there. But they would be a halfling in this group of senators. They come to the four of them and they start shouting. I'm not going to shout too loud because I don't want to, but they address, mostly they're addressing the senators and the consul, but it's a very public situation, so you can all hear. But they shout, "We all know. We've all been expecting it. We knew that Strelok would do this one day." To which the very obvious ambassador to Strelok, who is dressed like very stereotypically medieval European, with all the things, is clearly outraged in a very German fashion. Maybe they have a big mustache too. But they're outraged in the German style as opposed to outraged in the French style. And the
so they tip their spätzle all over the ground. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's just the whole, they've just spilled all of the strudels on the floor or something. I don't know. The consuls are glaring daggers at this individual, but they continue. They kind of more turn towards the crowd now, less towards senators.
Roz looks around for someone selling popcorn. This is clearly getting interesting.
What?
Doesn't see them and just settles in to listen.
What does this person
See where this
look
goes.
like?
They are a halfling. They are dressed in pretty nice attire. Maybe more on the humble side than some of the nobles. Like a lot of them are wearing they all have sort of later Greco-Roman style, so they've all got like their nice sensible togas. If that makes sense when they're doing official business. So they have like their little skirts, and then they have like the sash and stuff like that. So they are dressed like a senator. They're not just a rando. Well, they are a rando, but they're a specific rando in this instance. They're one of the 500 senators. And so addressing the crowd, they are... Strelok has never, ever gotten over the loss of their kingdom. And we know that this was going to happen. And we know that they've been making moves on Adrissia. What was it? Only 5 days ago, we received reports of the attack on Adrissia. The attack that killed one of their senior government officials. And yet, we still sit here with the ambassador to Strelok in our Senate, addressing our consuls, our people. They have no business here. There is only one response that we can meet this aggression with. At which point the consuls, by the way, one of them is a elderly human woman, and the other one is like a younger dwarf man. They kind of like shuffle over to the other end of the Senate because they're like, it's 500 people. They're kind of in the middle. This guy is at one end, so they're like shuffle, but making it look like it's intentional. And they sort of like go up and try and talk to this person to get them to stop. The ambassador to Strelok just infumed. The schnitzel is flying. The pretzels are everywhere. It's a mess. They've just stormed out. They're done with this, and you can see their little entourage is just like trying to pick them up as they go along, hurrying back to the embassy. They have very much caused a ruckus. The other ambassadors are looking around like, oh, well, this is either very exciting or very insulting. We haven't decided yet. We have to consult our governments.
We must form a committee to decide.
We are one of these
Sad
two
part is
states.
you're probably not wrong.
We will react impartially until we are told how to react. Is exactly how they're behaving. And eventually this senator, kind of the other senators sort of start shouting, and there's like more. There's the whole parliamentary thing starts happening of the group that supports this senator starts shouting into the other senators, and the other senators are like, no, and they all start shouting at each other. Everybody who else is in the crowd, they start to sort of drift away, or they sit here and listen to what passes for their government, which is like probably 5 people who want to listen to a bunch of privileged people just screaming at each other for an hour, which is probably what this is going to be. But you are also here. Democracy. Well, it's not real democracy, just to clarify that. It's 500 senators who can only be elected from 500 families. And only like a quarter of the population actually has the vote. But apart from that, it's democracy!
I see. Well, good to see that this place hasn't changed. This is pretty much par for the course, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They all hate each other.
Very, very, very typical. Okay.
It's very Greek. That's very
So the crowd. Pardon. There was a lot to take in there. Did you say the crowd was thinning out?
Yeah. It's basically like, as it was obvious that this was going to go on for a while, they start to drift away.
Yeah. Funeral's over. Oh God, this guy's talking. Let's go get beer. Is more or less the crowd's reaction. And he didn't say any specific response. He just said, "There's only one." Right?
Yeah, he said there's only one. I mean, if you would like, any of you can do. You could do like either perception for just like general listening, or you can do an insight to try and get some more details out of this crowd. That's like either of those would be fine.
Did
Right.
he say something about someone in Adrissia being killed?
Yes.
We-
About 5 days ago.
That's news to us.
Well, I mean, you were on an airship, so yes.
Yeah.
17. Let's see what else other people get, and let's see how many details everyone gets.
What am I rolling?
Perception or insight. Vibes or noises, your choice.
Oh, it genuinely does not matter.
I didn't think it because they're both wisdom. So.
It's
Yeah.
the same for me too. Yeah.
Oh, that was
I mean, that wasn't terrible.
no, it almost was.
Or is Garn still looking at the ambassador for a rock?
Wait,
They can-
what?
They can do the what is it that? What's it called? Oh yeah, definitely looking at the ambassador for a rock.
Yeah.
What's the thing that bodybuilders can do where they do the chest thing where they like twerk their chest kind
I
of
don't
thing?
know, but Xander's definitely
They're
thinking about that.
Flexing their pecs.
Yeah, but like they can do one at a time.
Yeah, flexing and peck.
Okay, there you go. That's what they're doing. Because that's what Xander's watching. You could probably see that at this point with that natural one, Xander's probably got a bit of drool and stuff, but like you're probably also used to it, so it's probably not surprising. With a 15 and a 17, you can hear the people, the larger group of people yelling at the smaller group of senators. War isn't the answer. We've had peace for decades. We don't need another war. And you can hear the smaller group of people screaming that you know that they're just going to annex Adrissia. Maybe we should do that first.
Wow.
Like that's kind of the vibe that you're getting from it. Like they blew up half of the palace. Are they going to kill the archbishop next? Stuff like that. That's kind of what they're talking about. One half being like,
no, we've missed some. In our incredible journey of unbelievable things, we have missed some other unbelievable things.
Yeah.
but that is what they're doing. And to clarify, when the smaller group of people said maybe we should occupy them, they didn't mean it in the like they occupying isn't the right word. They said that we should send troops to aid Adrissia because they believe that Lomba or Strelok at large is going to attack Adrissia soon. Is their belief.
Sorry, the what blew up?
They said half the palace was blown up, is what they said.
Can go and get some information from see
Thank you.
who's been killed.
Who would you like
Probably.
to try and get
As a-
information? Do you want to join the senators expressing their democratic opinions with knives and bottles?
Is there anybody?
Useful?
Not
Yes.
holding knives or bottles?
Are the,
Is there anyone face palming?
Are the ambassadors still here? Are the ambassadors
Oh
left?
yeah, the ambassadors are totally like some like I'll say like a few of them have been like yeah, we're done, because some of them would have like left in support of Strela. So the ambassador for Marlienne, for example, in support would have left. Who else would have left? I think probably as soon as it started getting spicy, the Owlans probably would have left. You'd probably be looking at who was still around. Crankaran and Krindok would still be here, so the little group of 3. Argonog would still be here, and you know that she's just freaking enjoying this because the mortals are hitting each other again. It's funny.
What do you mean, mortals?
Oh, sorry, the fellow humans.
Yes, yeah. Well, she seems like the most fun, so can I go talk to her?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Let's go talk to the ambassador for Vampire Land. Yep, no, that's fine.
What do you
Okay.
mean? What do you mean, Vampire Land?
Normal human land. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you go to this lady with her two silent guards. When you approach her silent full plate bodyguards with their like two big battle axes, kind of like step in front of her as
Mhm.
guards and cross their axes.
Is she looking my way?
She's noticed you.
Oh, okay. I do a little bow.
Do I know you?
And then, how? Okay, is there a way I can roll to see if I can tell that she's a vampire?
Yeah, you can do an insight check.
Fucking insane.
I mean, you could do medicine too, but you'd have to get a lot closer for that. And I also don't think medicine would help you work it out either.
I just think she looks cool. Well, because we've met a vampire, so
I mean, she's got big gothic energy, yeah,
Yeah.
but she's not sucking somebody's blood and doesn't have her fangs out.
Okay, so I go up to her and go, pardon me, you seem to be, I don't want to say enjoying the commotion, but
No, I am. It's
oh, good.
Now she wants you to say it.
it's very interesting when they do this. It happens almost at least 3 times a week. That's why I try to attend every session.
Oh, I how many of them get hurt while it happens?
We had a few black eyes earlier in the week. I don't think we've had any stabbings for a few months, but well, they've been rather better behaved. But I think with the potential for war happening anytime soon, I think we can expect to see the bottles flying.
Ah, yes. Always seems fun. We've been like, me and my companions, my friends, have been. We just came from Adrissia, and we heard that
You have? Do tell.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's been an explosion. There wasn't an explosion before we left.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you left a few weeks ago, then no, there wouldn't. There was a explosion in the palace. I think it was in one of the libraries. Some advisor to the archbishop was killed. I think there was some sort of wizard or something like that. But yes, it was about 5 days ago. Well, we were informed 5 days ago. I don't know exactly if they immediately told Haliashna what was going on.
Do you know the name of the advisor at all?
Let's see if she cared enough, shall we?
Let's see if you cared enough.
I mean, she's a smart cookie, so yeah, she probably remembers it vaguely. I don't think she really cares that much, but it is. It was a Kailamnog, I think, was the name. Some advisor to them. But yes, no, apparently there was some device that was set into the base of the tower, and there was a large explosion, and the tower was not a tower anymore. Quite a lot of damage to the rest of the palace. You know, the usual sort of thing in these assassinations. Although apparently there was also my colleague happened to be in the city at the time and told me that there had previously been another attempted murder of one. There was a baron or something from Lomber.
Yes,
But,
yes, we did hear about that before we left.
Yes, it seems Odrisia is the place to be. I picked the wrong city for our embassy, it seems.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of things that happened. There was a whole Master of the Gildegrains kidnapped and things like that.
No, there's kidnappings too in Odrisia. Yes, no,
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to
yes,
talk
yes,
to the Countess and see if we can get an embassy established there. Although I think
yeah.
she was visiting not very long ago.
Well,
But anyway, I digress.
we met someone from is it a country or is it a Dutch? What is
I mean, it is a country, but it's also a
Country.
county.
Okay.
But you can call it country.
From your although I've never been, I imagine it is quite lovely country. One of your fellow countrymen was in Adricia. We met them.
Did they introduce themselves to you, perhaps?
Yes. I think the name was Alcador.
As soon as you say Alcado, she bows her head. You have met my mother. This is very good. Yes. Well, she sometimes informs us that she has sent people to do her bidding when she prefers to do it herself, but... Well, I mean, if you have met my mother and you are still here, then that means that we are on good terms.
Yes.
And she smiles, and you can see she has fangs when she smiles. She doesn't make any attempt to mask it.
Good. Okay. Yes. Do I know now that she's definitely a vampire then?
She has fangs. If that helps you at all, then
okay. I will take from that she is, yes, definitely a vampire.
And she also did just call Alcado her mother.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, weird things can happen. Oh my god.
Wait.
Hi,
Am.
Where have you been? Why are you only popping in with vampire?
What do you mean? Was there a good Overwatch tournament?
No.
M was EP apparently due to long night of Star Wars talking.
Oh, I see. Okay, well.
Yeah, where were we?
I was talking in this very convincing vampire voice, and you were asking about Alcado.
Oh yeah. I'm like, yes, I see the family resemblance.
Ah, yes. We have a very close bond, my sisters and my mother.
Ah, very good. It is saddening to hear about Kalamnog, though.
Well, I suppose if you knew her, then I suppose it would be sad.
Yes, we she was very helpful to us while we were there, and we also helped her in turn.
So you can tell that, I mean, you know this from the other one, that, like, they have a very, very morbid sense of humor. And she attempts a joke, but, yeah. I don't think you helped her enough, though, it would seem.
Well, we were in the air at the time, so...
Well, she was too. Why would she have any respect for the recently dead? Why would she?
No, I know, but I just wasn't expecting it. Like, oh, I suppose yes, she was.
But yes, it's I suppose it's truly tragic for the people of Adressia. But I'm sure that it will be a lot more tragic when this war gets going. But
Yes, we do have a house there, and it would be a shame if anything happened to it.
Well, I mean, I expect, I don't know if you're concerned about your property values. If it was that Lomba was to annex Odrisia, they would probably mostly focus on killing people and not burning down the city. So your property would probably be safe as long as you have the deeds, etc. They would probably honor it during the occupation. In fact, if you were so inclined, I'm sure if you were to travel to Lomba, you could probably get favorable conditions for when the transfer of power occurs.
That is true, but I just my like, my people generally don't take their side in war.
You are from the Cantrevi, from your accent, I believe.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, well, I have one of my sisters lives in Veliki Fere, so not quite your people, but they're related, I believe. They have similar opinions on the people of Strelok.
Yeah, I would rather they didn't get their hands on Odrisia. You know, just keep it a little bit more mixed.
Well, that's true, but if you are concerned about being or being under Strelok's rule, then you could always liquidate your assets before the occupation occurs. It's probably not going to happen for a few months yet, so you would have time to conclude your business. I'm sure there is somebody who does not know of this who would be willing to buy any house that you had.
That's a good idea. Thank you. Oh, also, have you heard about the wait, do I know about the fact that the Knights of the Vale
Here?
no like amassing?
I don't think you've had concrete evidence. You just know that you told the Knights of the Vale that
Okay,
you told the
I'm
Knights of the Vale the part where
and then
you
they were basically like, oh god, we need to do something about it. Kind of
yes,
thing.
as in they made it very clear they were going to do something. They didn't
Yeah.
say what.
Okay, cool. I got. Has there been any rumblings over from the Knights of the Vale?
Why are you talking to them? They're
Well, they did help us once. Well, they did help us while we were. It was to do with the kidnapping and everything. It was a whole thing. There was a building got set on fire. But I may have told them something, and they were very rushed. And I'm pretty sure it was in this direction they were rushing towards this part of the world.
why? What did you tell them? The Knights of the Vale only get up for demons or some mad wizard who says they're going to open a portal to the other world or something like that. It's very tedious. They keep showing up in Argonag and it's always messy.
Yes. Nothing that big. Just that apparently that I heard it through a somewhat reliable source that the crap. What are they called again? I've forgotten the names. The two that are kissing.
The two Adeste and Marius.
Yeah, that Adeste. Those two are well, they said kissing, but I doubt that's the thing. That they're having a little scuffle over on Mount Jella.
So I am sorry. This is quite a lot of information.
Mm.
You have told the Knights of the Vale that one of the archangels of your people, one of the archdevils of your people, have some sort of relationship on Mount Jella, and you told this to a group of psychotic, crusading knights who believe that everything is a threat to the world and should be destroyed.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure they're going to have quite a lovely time over there.
Yeah. I did kind of tell the priests of, is it Jilla?
Yes, it's Jella.
Priest of Jilla as well?
Okay, I do have to ask.
Yes.
Do you have any relatives from Argonaut?
No. Unless... No.
Well, I just
Think much further afield.
Well, I would just like to compliment you on your political acuteness. You appear to have involved most of the continent's major powers in a very quickly escalating war.
Yeah, it was a bit of an accident, but you know,
Can we do
nothing
an
I
war?
can do about it now.
Well, no, but it's good to know. I will certainly let Mother and our sisters know at the next coven. I mean, the last time this sort of opportunity arose was during when the war between Srelok and the Sea of Pearls, the Circle of Pearls, began a few centuries ago. And my sister, she was able to secure great wealth for her kingdom over in, well, okay, they still claim that it's not her kingdom, but we all know who's really in charge, don't we? Over in Veliki Fair. But with this, perhaps, well, I mean, one of my sisters still remains unmarried. We could perhaps... There's a throne going in Sherlock, after all.
There is. Also, just do you what are your opinions on matters of the other world?
You mean all the fairies and pixies? And
The fairies,
all...
yes.
I mean, they're a bit overdone. They think rather highly of themselves, and
That they do.
honestly, like, well, they don't have the same perspective that we do.
No, that. Well, I just thought I'd let you know that the storm that just happened, it was otherworldly.
Well, it did feel rather magical. I assumed that it was some spirits in the mountains doing something, or it was perhaps the dragons. But
it was an experience. I will say that. Well, anyway, thank you for the information. It's a very interesting time chatting with you.
Well, you have given me a great many things to think on, so you are most welcome. If you require lodgings while you are in the city, then for this information, you are more than welcome to stay at our embassy. We have a suite for guests. I don't know quite how many of you there are, but I can assure you there was more than enough rooms.
Well, some of our companions are from the city or surrounding areas, so we do have other connections, but it's always
I don't.
grateful. I'm grateful.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
I'm grateful to have options.
This sounds great. Hang out with the vampires.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could
possibly go wrong? Yeah.
I'm telling you, as a DM who loves vampires, you will only have positive experiences in the vampire house, I can assure you.
What could possibly go wrong? Like becoming a vampire?
Can I do an insight check on the DM?
Unless?
Huh? Sorry, go ahead.
Although, if we do take up your offer, I take it that there'll be no funny business.
Funny business? Are you looking for some kind of intimate encounter? Because
Oh no,
there
no.
are
Well,
plenty of brothels in the city. We don't have to provide that as an embassy privilege.
no. Oh, it's more of a we saw some of your mother's handiwork while we were in Adrissia, and
Oh, I
Sorry.
see. You think I'm going to drink your blood in the night? No, I don't do that.
oh, that's good then. Yeah, no. If
In
there
the
are no other
day,
options-
maybe,
Oh,
but it's not fair if you're not screaming.
that is fair. Mm.
I wouldn't sneak up on you and do it. No.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's very noble.
Yes, it's very impolite to kill people when they're not looking at you. They don't see.
Mm.
You don't get the enjoyment of the fear.
Okay. Well, it's been a very very interesting conversation. Thank you for.
And I assume you'll know how to find our embassy. If you arrived by airship, then you would have.
Yes.
Very
We saw everybody leaving the embassies as we got here. Well, not as we got here, but as we left the tower.
Well, I may be out tonight. I am having dinner out. But if you get to the embassy, Eagle will let you in.
I see. Yes. If we end up over there, I'm sure we'll take you up on the offer. Thank you very much.
She does a big smile. I look forward to seeing you later. Well,
Mhm.
quite a lot later because fast food tonight, you know.
Oh yeah, yes. I hope you enjoy it.
She sees that like it's kind of winding down. She sort of like she turns around and her guards sort of like in robot-y style, almost like their animated armor suits, marches behind in perfect synchronization.
Bye now, and I walk away myself. I probably should have said like stay away from certain family, but it's too late now.
That's fine if she drinks Winnie's family. You know who to blame.
To be fair, if you'd said that, you'd have just painted a target on them.
That is true.
Yeah, it's dinner right now. Actually.
Yeah.
It's already happened.
You really think that that's how I'm gonna kill Winnie's family? That'd be
I
so
mean,
lame.
You just killed Columnog out of nowhere, so you know.
killed Columnog.
I didn't do it out of nowhere.
No.
She got blown up.
So we're starting a war, right?
Well, more everywhere.
You mean starting a war?
You've started a war. And also, I just like to point out, you've just made it worse because now you've informed the Vampire Kingdom that there is an ongoing war about to happen and that they could swoop in and seize power.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, you informed them about the Holy War. That's different from the other war.
Which other war?
Yeah, no, the other
upcoming.
The one that's not happening yet.
The one that they already got their eyes on.
The one that Hallie Ashnar believes is being planned, and the one that Strelok doesn't have a clue has been planned. Yeah, that war.
Yeah. The one that is potential if the loud tiny voices have their way.
The one that you can get going if you put your hearts to it.
Yeah, war.
But I mean that one's just an inconvenient war though, because like that would just be annoying to deal with a house.
I mean, she gave you very solid advice.
No, she did.
Yeah.
but that's just it's just
You should
like,
invest in property in Argonog.
oh, that is a good
Huh.
idea.
Nobody
You
will
know,
invade
they-
the Vampire Kingdom.
They killed Calegnog. That's a war declaration.
You don't know who killed Columnog.
Well,
You have no idea. She didn't tell anybody who killed Columnog.
No,
well, we could just make some guesses.
we can
Yo,
we
you
can
could
try
just-
and find out.
You could just make it up.
We can make it up. We can start a whole political campaign.
I think it was Maliar. Maliar blew up Columnog. I don't really have any proof, but why not? Let's start a war.
Let's start a war.
Yeah. So I will say that after having this conversation with this, most of the ambassadors have gone. The only ambassadors that still remain to watch the unfolding scene is the dwarves with the elf, and they are not really paying attention. They're more chatting to each other, but they look like they're probably going to stay here till the end. Probably out of politeness, because it's not polite to leave a fight before they finished. But yeah, the senators are at the throwing scrunched up pieces of paper at each other stage.
I see.
Some of them probably are preparing bottles and rocks.
Go talk to the Dwarven ambassador.
If you wish to go and speak to the Dwarven ambassadors,
I will first go up to everyone, like the group, and just go. So Argonog is full of vampires.
I'm gonna see.
I think
All right. By the group, you mean us? Yes.
Yeah. You.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you
The
were going to go tell
party.
us.
The party.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yes.
No,
I was
Up to
like-
the
no one's
party.
talking to this Senate. They're
I
not
mean,
done
no,
fighting
I'm not-
yet, and
I'm
it's
not- I'm not talk-
impolite
I'm not
to
going to
interrupt
talk-
them.
I'm
I
not going to
just-
go and talk to the
I feel
scuffle of
like-
teenagers.
I had the.
She's
I had the
I see why you.
image
I
of
see why
a-
you thought that because there is an agent of chaos
Yeah, I
and nothing
had,
more.
I had flippin' Aira dressed up as Padme in episode 1. The ruler of the Naboo would like to address the Senate.
No,
You know they're all vampires.
no. I want the
Vampires?
vampires on our side.
Okay,
Oh, I'm down
okay.
for vampires. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just go up to the party, and I'm like, so Argonog is full of vampires, and I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, I feel like I might have already known that.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Considering the geographical proximity of where I'm from and them and all the relations and stuff.
Well, I
Wow.
mean, you can do a history check on Argonog. You've never wanted to before, but you're welcome to do one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Oh, see,
Oh,
I know
wow.
about vampires.
Okay. You would know, now that you have a think on it, a very odd thing, now that you think about it. When you left the future, the Grand Duchess of Argonog, as she is at the time, is called Alcedo Althus.
Oh.
Which, now that
shit,
you've
dude.
sort of thought about both things, but that's the name of the vampire lady, the nice vampire lady you met in Adrissia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta go talk to her again and be like, hey, I know you. But not really, but I know you.
You don't.
Why?
I read about you once in a book. That's like going up to the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you from TV.
I know you from the future.
I just
And
had
you also-
an idea.
Just met her daughter, but yeah.
Oh, I just had an idea. So you know how I sent the priests of Jilla after thingy,
Yes.
and the Knights of the Vale.
In the Knights, yes.
Yes.
What What would the priests of Jela have?
What do you mean?
Like who's like would they be a third side? Would they join a side?
In which war? You've got two wars
In
going
the
on.
Holy War.
In the Holy, their team 1, and team 2 is the Knights of the Vale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's Jilla and Jella. Would they team up?
Oh, you mean would Jella join up with Jilla? No, because they don't care about Jilla. Unless they asked. But
So there's potential of a 3-way Holy War.
I mean, you would know, because I feel like people talked about it before, but just because like there's no reason, you would know that the way that Haliest religion works is because it's like a synthesis of both religions. They have these gods, but in the Sanctum of the Nine, they don't really worship any of the ancestors. They only worship the gods, and they worship them in a much older style than everybody else does. So if you wanted to go and see if the priests of Jella wanted to join the priests of Jilla, you could go ask them.
Oh, I don't want them to join the priests of Jilla. I want it to be a 3-way war.
I mean, it's already kind of going to be a 3-way war because you've also already got the priests of Erenthor involved.
Oh yeah.
So there's 2 different religious sects, and you've got the Knights of the Vale, and you're also now hopeful to start war between Haliashnar and Strelok over a
No, I don't want to do that. That's not what
I'm
that's
interested in that one. I don't care about the Holy War.
I'm all for the political intrigue of starting a Holy War.
Right, well, you've already started one.
Okay, making a Holy War worse.
Right? So that's what Holy Wars really benefit from, is being made worse.
Look.
I'm not sure you're chaotic neutral.
You know what I think? I think that when the Crusades happened, we should have had more kingdoms of Jerusalem. We shouldn't just have had one kingdom of Jerusalem. We should have had 3. And they could all fight over it.
Look. If the priests of Jala hate the priests of Jilla because they're like, oh, it's our god, and they're like, no, it's our thing, and then they fight each other, then there's less likely a chance of Jilla winning, the priests of Jilla winning. So it's
Right, okay, so remember as well that the plan for this holy war is for them to all sail over to a magical floating volcano island, fight on the side of a volcano where 2 demigods are currently hanging out. 2 demigods who you already know have different positions to the people who believe in them.
They're gonna have the episode 3 fight of Mustafar.
Oh, it could be messier though.
I just imagined the night we met and the one priest guy doing the Mustafar scene.
Yeah, right now we are looking
agree.
We are currently looking at post Fourth Crusade. The Crusaders have burned down Byzantium, so you've blown up Siciliopolis. There's 4 Crusader states. One of them has been fully occupied. You've got the different kingdoms on the outside. Everything's gone to crap, and just like Aera is somewhere in Cyprus on a beach. That's like literally what this is gonna be.
Why am I gonna be in Cyprus on a beach?
Well, because
someone's got to help my dad get his tank unstuck.
You know,
this is a metaphor.
There is a possibility that the attack on Jersey was to get the Black Book.
You mean there could be other things going on than your religious war?
We did leave it in
Kalimnong's
hands. And they did specifically blow up Kalimnong's tower.
Yeah.
Of all things.
Maybe they didn't want to return a book, so they blew up the library, and it was an unfortunate casualty.
That is equally as likely.
I feel like they probably wanted the book.
Yeah, they didn't want to bring their book back. It was like 3 months overdue. The fines could have been as much as a gold.
But it's fine because I could just blame Cyrillic for wanting the evil book.
I mean,
But
you
we
can
don't know what's
you can
Look,
do whatever
look.
you want. It's a fantasy universe. You can believe literally whatever you want to believe.
See, for me, it's Holy War. Holy Wars are fair game. Because ultimately, they don't matter.
Yes.
I mean, in a
we
world
get that as a
of gods
quote?
and
That's-
magic, I feel like
No.
that's not
That's the
true.
first merch that OwO is having. That's the thing about Holy Wars. They don't matter. That's
They
the
don't
t-shirt.
matter.
Look, okay, this kind of
Famously.
Holy War doesn't matter as much as a war
This
over
kind of
territory.
holy war. What do you mean?
Oh, this isn't a war over territory. A Holy War isn't a
No,
holy
it's just a
war
war over very powerful godlike entities
Exactly.
that could do far worse things than territorial gains.
Yeah, but you know that's more interesting than just a normal war.
You could argue more interesting, but it doesn't mean it's not as bad. Interesting does not equate as good.
No, but
I will remind Em as well that having lived 8,000 years in the future, she knows that the world is considerably less populated. If the cause of that decrease in population is attributed literally just to Aira, we will know.
I mean, you know, this is the plot we're leaning towards. Is Aira's secretly the final boss,
I'm not.
Secretly?
Look,
He's
the
not much of a
ultimate
secret.
evil,
Okay, anyway, also, all
Look,
these
look,
schemes of
Aira has
mastermind of everything.
Aira has now been told that yes, she is actually part Fae. So you know she's leaning into it. It's fine.
it is now the afternoon. What other things would you like to do this day before you decide where it is you want to go, Kip? Do you wish to
Go
go
talk to
to
the
Raven's
dwarves.
Hill? Hmm? Oh, sorry, you want to talk to the dwarves, right? We will do dwarf talk, and then we will work that. So everyone else think about what you want to do. Right, so Felicite, yes, there is 2 dwarves, and there is an extremely ancient-looking elf. In the sense of they look very long and distorted compared to contemporary elves. They look very
Right.
unusual.
Well, I'll talk to them in Crankaran.
Right?
He's like, enjoying the show?
That's a
Can I-
terrible accent that one's got. We're waiting for it to be done. Can we help you at all?
It's just curious what your take is on all of this.
On how the Senate of Haliashnar behaves, or what has been said?
Both.
Well, this is completely normal for the Senate of Haliashnar. There's a reason they have quite a large space around the building. It's so that if the fighting spills out, it doesn't spill out onto the streets. And the walls are, of course, to protect the citizens of Haliashnar just as much as they are to protect the senators. But, in terms of what has been said, our embassies to other kingdoms, there is no evidence that there is some great scheme planned, but we have also noticed that certain officials, particularly around Odrissia, have been being killed, and this is, of course, concerning. But it is not the business of the Crankaran Empire to interfere, nor, and the person who is talking bows to the other dwarf, nor the hegemony of Krindok. And they bow politely too.
Oh, of Krindok. Have I heard of that? Have I interacted with them before?
You can do a history check.
See if you remember 3 days ago.
With a 22. You do know, and you know that there is a link between these two things. So, Crankaran is the local kind of half of the Dwarven Empire. The other half of the Dwarven Empire is technically a separate place. It is more of a theocratic state than a like a kingdom, empire sort of thing, and it's the hegemony or the theocracy, it gets called both, of Krindok. And that is in Theron primarily. But like the places that you're familiar with here and the ones you met is
It's
like
the other side of the world, right?
that's the entire other side of the world. But they have an embassy here with Crankaran.
I'm a bit surprised to see that Grindok is interested in the ongoings this far out.
The ambassador from Crankaran continues speaking. Krindok and Crankaran speak with one voice. And as this is a place where all come to discuss matters of the world, we speak together. Well, I speak, and Krindok tells us what we wish to do. And they look
Okay.
at you very haughtily, because I wanted to say haughtily.
Haughtily. What does it even mean?
They are talking to you with a sense of superiority,
They're talking down to you.
and they are a dwarf.
Well, your dwarf is pretty
Joke in
tall.
there somewhere, but I've missed it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he would be about 5'4".
Yeah, it's not much shorter.
Yeah, but he's still talking down to you.
Is there anything else I want to ask? Supposed to be just curious what they thought.
Mm-hmm. Can you make a
I guess
perception check while you're this close to the group of people, by the way?
the senators.
Yeah, once you by the Crankaran and Krindok ambassadors and the attendant, can you please make me a perception check? It's a nasal-based perception, if it makes any difference. With a 7? Yeah, no, never mind.
Nasal based perception.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you had good smell. But no, you do
Nah,
not
cats
smell
aren't
anything.
known for their sense of smell.
You don't.
Mindy
You don't.
would pass that check.
Cats like to smell stuff.
Yeah, I know.
They love doing a hack and sniff.
Yeah. So
Sometimes they do.
And then
Oh
they-
wait, where's what was his name? The guy that was with us, our new friend,
Enki.
Enki. Yeah, where's Enki?
I mean, Enki was still staying by the ship because nobody said Enki was coming along. So,
I honestly forgot Enki existed.
well, that's fine. That's where Enki is.
He is a living being with his own free will.
Yeah,
Oh,
Enki
oh,
can
do
do what
what he
Enki
wants.
wants.
Also, Olin was probably trying to get Enki residence at the Southern Republic's embassy because, they probably
Fair
wanted
enough.
to chat with their cousin.
Right.
That is fair.
You didn't get to meet their cousin, Em, but their cousin's half Tabaxi.
What?
You would have seen her.
Yeah. If you'd been here on time.
But she's not here now. She's gone.
No.
She's left with Olin
What do you mean?
to go and get Enki.
Oh,
You did,
well,
you
it's
didn't
fine
meet-
because we're gonna go pick up Enki.
Enki's staying at their embassy now.
What do you mean? You can get Enki to go over to the vampire embassy.
I don't think Enki wants to go to the vampire embassy when they're at the very comfortable and not vampire-filled Southern Republic's embassy.
Oh, but think of the stories vampires have to tell.
Yes, but also he's a very old man and he'd like to make it to retirement.
I guess that's fair.
He's also not into goths.
What? Why?
He likes
What?
like the calming breezes of the Southern Republic's embassy.
Sounds disappointing.
Well, it's just empty.
Translation: good air conditioning.
Yeah, they have very. I mean, come on, it's where my character is from. It's got good air conditioning. I'm not living in a badly
That is-
ventilated area.
That is very fair, yeah.
But yes, so the ambassadors, and the attendant. The attendant blinks very slowly at you. The attendant does tower over you completely though. That is
Oh yeah.
probably because
They are very
she's separate.
alien.
Yeah, and they move very much in a similar fashion to how Kaminoans walk. Their limbs are very slow when they move around. They're very, very, very purposefully graceful and weird to normies, whatever you want to call everybody else.
I guess I'll tell him like that we ran into one of their ships and got assigned the scribe. So why not?
They will look at you. That is a great honor. I trust that you have a great many tales to tell, our scribe, for our archives.
We certainly do. Is there anything of interest that Crankran or Krindok might need help with around here?
They look at each other for a second. I do not believe there are any matters that need attending to at the moment, but that may not be the case in future. And if you are the enterprising sort of adventurer, then you may contact our embassy whenever you wish to find out if that situation has changed.
Fantastic. Well, enjoy the rest of this. Sort of gesture to everyone else throwing papers.
Have they moved on to rocks yet?
I think that there's like in the smaller crowd, there's like a human senator. He looks like he's probably about 95. He's got a walking stick. He's like smashed a bottle so that it's like a weapon, and he's like stabbing it towards the other senators at this point. I think that's where we're at.
Have they reached the insidious phase of putting a rock inside a paper ball and throwing it?
Oh, they probably did that ages ago. Oh, it should be clear at this point, by the way, that the consuls have fled. Like they're not here now. They're not interested in getting killed. They'll let the other senators fight it out.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, everybody else, yeah, they stand there. I'm just trying to. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, Felicite?
Oh
I think it's wisdom.
no, they've reached the magic insult stage.
No, okay, no, that's fine. You don't feel anything. You don't feel anything at all. Right. So you talk to them. They are sitting and watching. Actually, no, they wouldn't be in silence because once you left, the attendant would start talking to the ambassadors again. But they didn't talk whilst you were there.
Right. I think that's everything here.
Yeah, that's everything here. Okay, so gang, what do you want to do?
Don't know. What do you want to do?
Do you want to go to find another religious group to see if they want to join on the Holy War?
Oh, I mean, we've got plenty of time for that.
Okay.
Yeah. The best villain plots are well waited for.
Do you want to go to the Ravens Hill?
I mean, I feel like I should wait for that one.
Can do.
I
It's up to
mean,
you.
like, it's up to what the other people want to do.
As previously stated, Roz has no business in the city. He is literally just here because you guys are.
So you get to pick. Xander just wants to follow around the ambassador for the rock, so
Let's go introduce them to Xander.
they left ages ago.
Let's go find them. Let's go back to the ambassador place.
The embassy,
Yes, that's the word.
the ambassadory.
No, I said
The
the ambassador
ambassador.
place.
No, I want the word. I've always thought that the word should be an ambassadory. It shouldn't be an embassy because it's not an embassador. It should be an ambassadory because it's better that way. Why would you be going to the why on earth would you be going to the embassy for the rock? Seriously though.
Because Xander seems to be drooling over.
Okay,
over
look.
there.
I mean,
If Xander
sounds like something Aero would do.
Look, if Xander wants like hot cat dads, like I have stated previously, there are plenty of places in the city you can find them.
Hmm. Who wants to go check out Raven and his 50-year-old sidekick, the Crow?
Is there any other birds?
No,
Uh,
we've established that the crow was literally only came into existence because the image of a 50-year-old man dressed in a crow costume, stuck on a fence to scare kids, is just too good not to exist, so it now does.
Other birds are not available.
Other birds are not currently available. Okay, so
Right.
you are heading to Ravens Hill. How would you like to get there?
the easiest way.
The easiest way. Okay. Would you like to? Well, actually, you got to drop Winnie off anyway because Winnie's gonna go to a house.
That is true.
So we will come back down the way that you came.
Yeah. Do we see Winnie's parents alive?
That's not where we want to go. We want to go. They're alive at the moment. Yeah.
We just drop her off in the merchant's district.
It's like dropping off your kid at daycare.
She'll just go run off to thing, you know.
Yeah, we drop her off somewhere there. You can see when you go through the merchant's district that everybody here is loaded. Like, these people have very posh houses. They are all villas. They're all beautiful. There is like lots of rich people going in. The Grand Guild Hall is a posher looking building than the Bank of Haliashnar. So that's a thing. You proceed after dropping Winnie off. You proceed back through the district. You go past lots of inns, lots of taverns, lots of places you could stay and pay money to stay there, but you probably don't want to do that because you've got somewhere you can stay for free. And then through the farmland. This is again quite weird because you just see lots of there's just like actual farms in the middle of a city. You can see the Temple of Certhus. It's pretty cool. It's all wood, very pretty. And you can also see the Castle of Silent Tears, which is a very scary looking castle with a big red roof.
Roz appreciaes the farms and fully understands why bales of hay don't get rolled up 10,000 steps.
What's supposed to be special about this hill?
Ravens Hill?
Well, when we got here and the huge storm came after us, it was sort of concentrated over the hill is one thing.
Yeah.
The snurkin,
The snarkin.
Right.
The snarkin.
So it's got some interesting weird shit. Oh
Yep.
my god! Oh
Yeah, it was holding on to the cold better than the rest of the city.
So
Also,
Mhm.
now that we are here, I don't know if my brain can think of how to talk to this person.
So I have a
Bro.
suggestion.
Yeah,
Instead of coming here,
yeah.
why don't we do the more sensible thing of you entertain yourself, you drop Winnie off, same as normal, then you go and look around the city and have a nice time before you retire to where you want to, and then we can start the next session. We can start fresh day, and we can do all the things people want to do.
Sure.
Where do you want to stay? Do you want to go to the embassy for Argonarg, as you've been invited to, or do you wish to go somewhere else?
Well,
Vampires.
Okay, we've got one for vampires.
I'm perfectly fine with going to the vampires.
Cool.
Look, they
vampires.
see that I am a useful person to have around because I just
Yeah, you don't have to justify it.
I'm
No one's asking
Very
you to.
good at saying things.
very
Yeah.
good at stirring the pot.
Yeah. That's one way
Okay.
to put it.
So, Roz, are you also keen on vampires or nervous on vampires?
I'm nervous about leaving them alone with vampires.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
no one asked Era.
I just want to.
Nobody asked.
Oh,
No, nobody asked.
Here comes Dad.
I'm being dadded again.
Plus
Well,
5
I
dad
mean,
roll.
if you insist.
A natural 20
Oh,
daddy.
no.
Behold my dadness.
I'm still gonna roll this as a.
I will relent if you also crit. Oh,
Nope.
you didn't.
You got dadded.
You got dadded.
Yeah, he will. He will not try and convince anyone otherwise, but he'll go too.
Okay. So, we go to the embassy, or the ambassadory, as it should be called, and shall be called from now on,
The embarrassment.
of Argonarg. The outside of this building is a Gothic frontage with beautiful stained glass windows, gargoyles aplenty, and the door handle. Sorry, the door knocker to the embassy is a bat.
Tickle bat.
You tickle the bat.
I want to see if it's magic.
Life's rubbing off on you.
Oh no! Tickle the bat is a new
Gross.
euphemism. Okay, you tickle the bat. Nothing happens.
Okay, I just knock the door then.
Okay, so you knock the door. Within moments of you knocking on the door creaks open. Because of course it would creak, it
Ooh.
wouldn't open any other way.
Mm-hmm.
And from the other side of the door, you see a balding humanoid who has a stoop, and they are sort of like slanted at the door. Hello, who is it?
Hello. Oh, give me a second. I forgot. I had a lovely chat with the ambassador earlier. And
You
told
are the
that
party from Adrissia, are you?
yes.
Very well, come in. And it puts its hand out the door and, like, gestures you in. You can see that there's only 2 full fingers. There's, like, a partial stump of one, and there's not, like, a last one. And there's a piece of leather over where the thumb's supposed to be. You think maybe there's
see.
something under there? You can't really tell.
Mm.
And they gesture you in.
Yeah, I'm going.
When you
Go ask.
enter, you can see the full extent of this individual, who you were previously told's name is Eggle. They are approximately 4 foot tall. Their back is like a head height taller than their head, so their head is like mid chest. They have one arm. The other arm is like very, very tiny and completely limp down one side of their body, and they have their good hand they've been gesturing towards you. They clearly have a limp, etc., etc. I'm assuming you get the vibe at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally
they-
on brand.
They gesture you into the hall. There is an enormous, like, gothic entryway. There are cobwebs in the ceiling. The whole floor is a checkerboard white and black. There is beautiful wooden stairs that lead up into the rooms of the building. Every archway is pointed. Every window is stained glass. You can hear in the distance the sound of organ music playing. The Eggle kind of like looks at you. Do you have any luggage that I can take to your rooms?
I'm okay. What about everyone else?
Oh, just fine, thank you.
Very well.
I'm
Follow
fine.
me. And he like it's like listening to a horse with wooden shoes going up the stairs. He like clops up the stairs because it sounds like one of his feet at least is probably wood. And he like goes up the stairs. You can see that it's very difficult for him. Any of you could outpace him if you wanted to, but I assume you'd all like to be respectful to Eggle.
Mhm.
He like gets to the
Yeah,
top
we're
of the
no-
stairs.
Yeah, we're not in any hurry at this point.
To a hall. Down the hall, you can see that there is there's like a corridor of like sort of 12 doors going down this place. The walls are all painted red. The carpet is red. Between each of the doors, there is sort of the mounted heads of like kind of like rich people. Freaking the word's gone out of my head. You know, like animal heads and stuff like that.
Mounted heads of rich people.
Trophies?
Well, no, trophies. But they're not animals, they are humanoid. So,
It
like,
is the mounted heads of rich people.
Some of them are like elf heads, some of them are human heads, some of them are dwarf heads. And they are perfectly preserved, etc. And then where they're not there, then there is paintings, and they are paintings of nightmarish horrors, basically. It's very, very, very good. And Eggle leads you down the corridor. To there is, because Winnie's not here. Urslim, I feel like, was probably on the boat, so just leads you down to 4 rooms that are next to each other. The mistress has said you can stay in these rooms, and he pulls a chain of keys out of a pocket. You hope he puts his hand under his clothes. It could be his inside him or something, but no, it's probably in a pocket. He pulls out this chain thing. He unlocks all the doors. The doors are also as gothic as you imagine, covered in cobwebs, etc., etc. He says, like, if anyone needs a feather dusting, I can go and get it. We don't get many guests here.
Fair enough, fair enough.
What do the rooms look like?
So you have a 4-poster bed with like a
Ooh.
whole curtain that goes around it.
Ooh.
All of the fabric is red. All of the carpet is red. All of the wall
Nice.
painting is red. And you're not sure
Okay, I was
whether or not.
expecting a bit more black in there. It's interesting.
Well, like all the details and accents on everything are black,
Right, okay.
but the large surface areas are all red.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
fine. We just need to sleep and not wake up to any noises. Just sleep through the night. Don't even need to keep watch.
Yeah.
Keeping watch is
Yeah.
the dangerous thing to do here.
But once he's got you all into your rooms, he says, "I must go and prepare the mistress's bath so when she returns from her dinner. If you need anything, you can call me on the bell." You see by everyone's bed there is like a cloth bell that you can pull.
Ooh.
But for now, at least, good night. And he like leans into the door so that his face is in shadow as he very slowly closes each of the doors on you. And you hear him just like the wooden tapping of his foot and the clink of his keys as he shuffles away down the hall. He doesn't lock you in.
Sounds like a very lovely place.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is. It's very nice. It is very, very like dusty and cobwebby. But he did offer if you want a feather duster, he'll go do it for you.
I can't ring him up for a feather dusting.
Are you gonna do it immediately, or are you gonna wait?
Well, before he leaves.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then he'll go down the corridor. It will take him about 10 minutes to get back. He comes back up. He has a very raggedy old feather duster, and he like starts dusting around the room. When it gets to the situation of like the corners of the room, because these are very high ceilings for the four-poster beds.
Right.
You see he like stops for a minute, and then he like puts his hand down on like his leg, the one that's like wooden and clicks, and you see him like put his hand like up his trouser leg or something, and he starts pulling something, and you can see that his leg is starting to like protrude more and more and more and more and more, like it's some kind of like lever that he's pulling. So he's now like on an angle, but with like this 4-foot long leg to give himself extra height.
Leg.
And he's like leaning on the cupboards, and in the most uncomfortable, unnatural way he possibly can, he's like reaching up with his like his quote good arm, and is just like trying to get the corners of the room. This takes him a good 15 minutes because, and again, he's not remotely well equipped for this. And he gets down, he like puts the leg back to the way that it was, but he doesn't get it exactly the way it was, so he's now ever so slightly off kilter, so he's like hobbling even more than he was because he doesn't lock it into the right one. If there's nothing else, I will check with your companions if they required any feather dusting. And he goes, he just leaves the room.
How dusty's the bed?
I mean, it's got cobwebs on it.
As long as that's gone, then I don't really mind about the rest.
Yeah, no, he'll feather dust your bed and stuff like that.
Get another extendo leg.
He doesn't have to on the bed. He's tall enough for that.
I guess that's true.
It's just the corners of the room he can't do.
Just thank him as he's doing it.
Your thanks are not necessary. I am made to serve.
I see. Made to serve. Right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And spell M-A-I-D.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's
'Cause-
marketing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and if anyone requests that like their breakfast or anything is delivered by a maid, you betcha he's going to put on a maid's costume and come and deliver it for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's for breakfast.
He is the staff, by the way, the only staff. And
It's only him and her in this entire building, like usually.
yeah, because the guards are all animated suits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's yeah, that's it. And also, there is definitely a debate over whether or not a homunculus is a living person. So it might just actually literally be her.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I did not confirm that this person was a homunculus.
No.
But with that, you find yourselves in your comfortable, if gothic, abode. If any of you stay up late at night, you will hear, very late at night, like I'm talking 1 or 2 in the morning, you hear the great entrance to the embassy open and shut. You hear Eggle murmuring, and you hear the very distinct footsteps of Eggle, followed by somebody else's footsteps going upstairs. You can infer that the ambassador has returned
Mm.
after some fast food.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fast as in it was fast for her to get it, or fast because they kept running away?
That is up to your interpretation.
Okay.
Just your usual midnight McDonald's trip, you know?
Yeah. McDonald isn't with
I
us
mean,
anymore.
she likes the fear, so
No, McDonald.
it might be
Yeah,
fast
she went to,
in
she
that
went
they're
to go
running
eat the
away from her.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah,
She would
all
eat
of them.
McDonald's.
Last week she had Wendy. The week before she had Arby.
Oh no.
The Burger King has been overthrown. Other fast food chains are available. But yeah, that is where we will end for it today. You are not killed in your sleep, but you are able to have a gothic night's sleep.
Sounds amazing.
If you require anything at any point during the night, regardless of what it is, Eggle will be more than happy to facilitate your needs.
Oh, good.
With or without maid costume. That's your own choice.
Not mandatory.
It's not mandatory.
Oh, yeah.
I must always wear the maid costume.
Yeah, well, the problem is as well is that the maid costume is from when they did used to have a maid, but unfortunately the maid
went out for fast food.
Yeah, and so the maid's dress is a little bit damaged and stained, but it's fine, and it only just fits Eggle, but I think he pulls it off.
The maid
I'd
was
rather
named
him keep
Wendy.
But yeah, that is where we will call it for today, for our arrival, and lots of discussion and learning about what the city is, so that you can get your bearings. You also discovered quite a lot happened on your journey.
Well, yes, a lot happened on our journey, and a lot happened elsewhere during our journey. It's almost
Yeah.
as if the world keeps turning, so to speak.
And I will
Yeah.
just say now that it was my favorite thing from the last session when you were on the airship. When the dwarves said that that there had been that terrible explosion, and you guys all thought that they were
Oh.
talking about the house that blew up, and they absolutely
Yes,
weren't.
we did.
They were not talking about that at all. But they were like,
Wow.
I mean, I guess these people know what we were talking about because they didn't question. Oh, they're like, yes, the house, yes. That I guess that was a house.
Well, we
Oh.
we blew up a house.
So you could have had that information earlier. But for now, we're going to go look for someone to do a raider. But thank you all very much for playing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for running.
And we will see everyone again next week. I will go to the other room to say goodbye and send everybody off on their merry way. but then I'll be back. Same drill as usual. You know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-ta for now, everybody. Okay, everyone. Did I miss anything? Oh, I did. I missed a few things. Thank you, everyone, for the redeems. Thank you for gigantifying emotes, Demet and Gwen, if I didn't say that before. Thank you, everyone who has hung out today. I hope you've all had a very lovely time. Oops, sorry. A very lovely time. It was a good dund. A good dund. We got lots of background things accomplished, etc., etc. So all around a good time. Oh, hang on. Should we go to I don't know who. Let's go and raid. Dark and Darker. I'm assuming that Ped and Rat Boy are playing together, so we don't actually raid Ped very much, so I guess we can raid Ped. So here is messages for you. There you go. Thank you all so much. The VOD should be up in pretty decent time by tomorrow. So if you want to catch up on anything, you missed any details, you want to just watch it again, it will be on the YouTubes as per usual. So for now, have yourselves a very good rest of your day. I will be live tomorrow, most likely for my birthday for a little bit. Not a full stream because I'm doing some things tomorrow. But I still want to say hi to everyone on my birthday because of course I do. Bye 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 bye.